Some randev is first to the stream.
Welcome back to the stream. How is everyone doing? I apologize for being late, although it sounds like it helped some randev, so I guess you're welcome. I guess you're welcome. It's what I do. It's what I do. I'm late to help the people. You know, how I live my life. It's how I live my life. So anyway, welcome everyone. I am glad you're here. I am very sorry about Sunday night. I have no idea.
It's as if OBS didn't decide to be weird and reset. Art.
Exactly.
Also looking forward to playing Tom Adachi Life, Living the Dream on Thursday.
Oh yeah, sounds like an absolute blast of a time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was up with OBS. I had put off an update for like a week or something like that. It like every time I would pull it up, it'd always be like, "There's an update," and I'm like, "Remind me later." And then I knew pull it up again. There's an update. Remind me later. And yeah, finally, I was like, you know what? It's like Sunday afternoon. Sure, I'll install the update. So I installed the update. And then I shut my computer off immediately after. Like as soon as it was done, I was just like, all right, cool, it's done. And I just turned my computer off. And then I come back and like, it was like 5-10 minutes before the stream starts. And my OBS was just gone. It just completely wiped. Brand new, fresh install. I'm like, what happened? Why is it this way? So anyway, so yeah, not quite sure what happened. So I apologize for the Sunday stream, but on the bright side, I did find a kind of older-ish backup. It was slightly out of date, but I at least didn't have to start from scratch. So that was useful. Also, I know this is not going to affect any of you at all, but this is going to help me in just the slightest little bits anyway. I found a plugin that I was like, why don't I have this installed for my camera? Because you know like the little like speckly things, like the little artifacts from the green screen, right? You kind of see like up in like the top area here and like down in the corners over here. I found a filter to help with that. So if I come over here, I discovered that NVIDIA actually has an OBS filter called the background removal. Happy days.
Wants Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
Absolutely I can. Absolutely I can. Oh, and we got the bicep curls.
Cameron Reap wants
Are we going for a full-fledged trifecta? There's a trifecta. There it is.
Cameron Reap just redeemed Stretch.
Anyway, yeah. So I found that. So now I don't know if you can see. I did also adjust my green screen because I was like, you know what? If I'm going through all this, I'm just gonna do that. So I don't know if there's anything. Oh yeah, see this stuff right here. The thing right there. The little speckly things that are going over the bar. When I turn on the filter, it's gone. Happy days there. I was trying to go without a chroma key at all. That's what it looks like without a chroma key. So, I mean, unless I just want to have like this weird green outline around me, I'm going to keep my chroma key. And of course, then I can also turn on and off the background removal. So anyway, there we go. So maybe every now and then we'll just turn off the chroma key and I will just glow a green aura. So that would be a good time. Except for it really struggles. It really does. I could turn it up a lot. I could turn it up more, but it would use more of my CPU, and who's got time for that? We'll just keep the chroma key on, and it's all sorts of good stuff. So anyway, yeah, so I guess maybe a good thing in that. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, so let me know if there's anything that seems weird or out of place or just doesn't sound quite right, and I will see if I can get it fixed. So I think that I have basically everything set up exactly how it was before, in terms of like the audio, the levels, everything like that. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So again, if anything seems off, let me know, and we will see what's going on. Anyway, let's see here. Loki, good evening, welcome, glad you're here. And Dazu, always glad to see you here. Summer Dev says, I looked at the clock and saw stream should have started and only got here like 5 seconds ago. Well, there we go. I'm glad that I could have been slightly behind tonight. Yeah, I was maybe spending too much time doing more stuff on the little guys down here. I was trying to fix their movement because I feel like they were moving too fast originally. And I also realized, because holy smokes, Oh My Muffins here, right here, freaking, well, my hand can't go that far anyway. Oh My Muffins right there is freaking tier 3 subscribed on Twitch. So I feel like I had to do something special. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna do white text and then maybe like purple text and then gold text. I don't know, for like the different tiers. Who knows? I'll probably figure something out later, but I was doing all of that, and then I realized that I only had like a minute left before stream started, and I still needed to pull up all of my programs and get some water and go pee, and I'm like, ah, crap, I don't have time for this. So anyway, but we're here. We're here. Everything's fine. Everything is fantastic. Seems like stream cannot start without my presence. That's actually what it was. That is actually 100% what it was. I was trying to start, and I was like, why is not the stream button working? That's because you weren't here, some random. It's because you were not here. Let's see. It's as if OBS didn't decide to be weird and reset itself. Art. Also looking forward to playing Tomodachi Life. Let's see. Fairly. Oh, Fairly. Welcome back. I feel like it has been a hot minute. Glad to see you're here. How is life? How are things going for you? Yeah, I feel like it's at least been a few weeks. So hopefully life is going well for you. Hashtag giveaway. We are going to be jumping onto that giveaway, and we've also got coin flip. We've also got the chest benders, the bicep curls, and the stretch. We're definitely going to take care of all of that stuff. I'm just going to get caught up on chat, and then we're going to take care of all of that stuff. The whole enchilada. It's true. The whole enchilada. I did think you looked extra dashing today. It must have been the NVIDIA plug. It's got to be. It's got to be. It's all that NVIDIA AI that I turned on to make me look slightly better. We'll see if it works. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for it to kick in. Full Icicle, what's up? Welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Hopefully life is going well for you. I guess I could technically ask how everybody's weekend was because freaking we didn't have a stream on Sunday. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend. If you did anything fun or exciting, I would absolutely love to know about it. Let's see. Green Aura. Greenwood Games. Greenwood Games right here. I love it. It turns red when he's low HP. That is, I like that. I feel like I have to do something with that. Green Aura is kind of cool. I appreciate that. That's what I'm saying. Yes, Earth Day is in a week. Time for Greenwood Games. You know, technically, I don't necessarily have to do... I don't have to come in here to the filters and turn off the chroma key to get a green aura. I can also... I know we've kind of played this before, but I could do stroke. I could give myself a stroke, and I could do a little bit of this, and I could change this color to a nice green. Maybe we go with something like this, a little deeper of a green. There we go. And let's see, we could do a little bit of... there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Give ourselves a nice big stroke. Offset. Ooh. Anytime I pull up this filter, it always just makes me so happy. I don't know why, but it does. It really, really does. Oh yeah, there was the other. What was that I could do? Okay, so we got the offset. Padding, manual. What the freak is happening there? Goodbye. Hello. Okay, no padding. That's the one. That's the one. All right, here we go. All right, let's change the spacing. Turn down the contour cycle. Turn that down. Oh. That down. I don't know how to make it so it doesn't look like I'm in some ray of sunshine. Oh. There we go, something like that. Contour cycle. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with this, or else it's gonna start. It's just gonna completely derail everything, and I need to not do that. So let's just stop. Come on, Moon Man, stop messing with things. Stop messing with things. Okay, just delete. Yes, there we go. Hello, welcome. I'm glad you're all here. Let's see here. Cameron is currently on a 60 stream streak. Holy smokes, Cameron, that is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching 60 streams in a row. That is absolutely wild. I do appreciate that, so thank you. Thank you for streaking here in the stream. Remember, everybody, you're gonna streak anywhere. Make sure to streak here in the stream, so thank you. 20 weeks, about a third of a year is wild. That is wild. I love enchiladas. Oh, I love enchiladas too. That sounds so good. Please do not give yourself a stroke. It's too late. Man's Moon stroking it live on Twitch. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. Just don't report me to Twitch. I would appreciate that. And over on YouTube, please do not report me to YouTube. Bad Animator, I see you. Don't report me. And Jesse, I also see you. Do not report me. Speaking of That Bad Animator and Jesse, That Bad Animator says, oh yeah, it's fixed. I'm officially the 10th sub on Moonwood Gaming. Yes! I completely forgot about that channel. I should probably do it again with it, shouldn't I? Maybe I should. But I do appreciate that, so thank you, thank you. And Jesse, welcome. Welcome, hello. I'm glad you're here. How was your weekend? How was your week going so far now? Apparently says, it's been so long, I needed a good old break from a lot of stuff to work on life stuff, but I have a much healthier...
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. BTW Moonman, I need your input.
Absolutely.
Should I wait until my new album is done until I post it? It's gonna be so good.
That depends. How far along are you? Because if this is gonna be like a... if it's soon that you could post it, I'd say wait. But if it's still a ways out, I would say you should probably still post. That's my own opinion. That's what I would say. Let's see, stuff, but I have a much healthier relationship with my work, and I've released a few successful videos on my Nintendo channel. That is absolutely fantastic. Love to hear it. Absolutely love to hear it. Well, I am glad to see you back, but I know that every now and then you do got to take a break. You got to step away. You got to reorient and make sure that life kind of gets back on track and is heading in the right direction. So I am glad that you are in a better spot now, and I'm also glad to see you back. Always a great time. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Green aura, indeed, Scoiled. I pay for internet for this. Same here. Zerg stream. I'm on a streak of 66. Ooh, that is a lot of streaking. Holy smokes. Keep streaking, Axel. Me too, though. Milanesa breaded cutlets, so good. King something or other cutlets taste good. Korean equivalent. I've never heard of them, but I believe it. How do you not miss a single one? That's what I want to know. That is absolutely wild. You pay someone else to stroke you. This is the way to pay.
Thanks for the follow, Vike_Kemudari.
Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. That is a great point, Full Long High School. That is a great point. Nothing quite like paying someone else to be your stroker. Anyway, Ben Chillin says, yo, welcome, Ben Chillin. Welcome, glad you're here. It's your first time chatter. Welcome. Hopefully life is going well for you. What brings you in today? Hopefully not to watch a competent streamer, because apparently I am not. Apparently. By the way, Moon, I need your input. Okay, I got that one. I actually missed one and had to listen to the VOD. I am so sorry that you had to listen to the VOD. I'm so sorry for your loss. You had to go back and watch. Prolonging chat by leaving a message with no content other than stating it has no content. I see you, Cameron. How dare. I realized I was in a not great spot when I went on vacation, and all I could think about was worrying/thinking about work, which really opened my eyes to how I've been living. Fair. Yeah, and that's kind of one of the things is, like, unless you actually step away, it's very difficult, nigh impossible, to actually see how bad things are until you kind of get out of that space and you're like, wait a minute, not good stuff. So I am glad that you're feeling better. Hopefully you'll be able to maintain it, and you know, obviously it's not going to last forever. You will eventually have to reorient, but hopefully it will be able to last for a while, and you'll be able to be in a much better position and be happier in life. So I hope so. Fingers crossed. Just think bread and meat, and you have Milanesa. I'll take your word for it. I will take your word for it. Full High School says, Ben Schilling says, I'm curious to see if your game has big numbers. In terms of, like, during the game, in the gameplay? Not really. No, not really. At least not in, like, the main game we're working on, which is Tomb of Vercilias, which we're going to be taking a look here pretty soon. So it is going to be, it is smaller numbers. If we're talking about the numbers you're talking about, if you're talking about the numbers that I think you're talking about, which is like in the game, health and attack and all that stuff, they are smaller numbers, if that makes any sense. Damage, gold experience. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, we are actually wanting to go for much smaller numbers. So I've gone on a whole tangent, so I'm not going to go on the full tangent like I have in the past. But basically, there's nothing that irks me more in games when you see the, like, you know, oh, this sword does 7,500 damage, and this monster has 500 million health, and you know, and I have 500,000 health or something like that. It's like, it's literally just, the sword does 7 damage. You have 500 health. The monster has 5,000 health or whatever the equivalent would be, 50,000 health, whatever it is. And it's just like, like the numbers don't actually, those extra zeros don't really mean anything. They just kind of make the number look bigger is literally all it is. And so I'm like, why? Right? Like, I get it. I get the whole, oh, big number, make brain go happy kind of thing. But I'm like, for my game, no. Like, honestly, I will be shocked if anything in the game, player health, monster health, anything like that, goes above 999. Like, that would probably be like the maximum for anything. Health, obviously damage is not going to get anywhere close to that. Like, honestly, damage will probably stay in the like double digits, unless you can like somehow break the skill tree in some way, shape, or form to be able to get above that. And monster health, honestly, even like the big bad boss is probably not going to have more than like 999 health. Honestly, most likely the case. We may go into like the 4-digit numbers, but honestly, it's probably going to be like between 2 and 3-digit numbers in terms of like health, damage, all that stuff. So, yeah. Gold, on the other hand, that will probably go up into the 4, maybe 5-digit numbers, because that one's going to be more along the lines of like however much you want to grind and sell items and just keep getting more and more and more money. That's kind of up to the player. So that was kind of weird that like when I shrugged, they jumped. So, you know, so there is that. But yeah, so honestly kind of going for like slightly smaller numbers. Definitely going old school, which is kind of like what we're going for, like a retro vibe. Or, you know, smaller numbers were the way to go, because it was all processing power, let's see, V1 Ultra Kill or Gabriel. What are you responding to? Anyone have me ideas for my first Tamagotchi Life Island? I do like V1 Ultra Kill. That is pretty cool. How was Unbox done? How was Unbox done? It was made in RPG Maker. I'm not quite sure what else you mean by that. Do you have enemies with 1 HP? Not as of right now, but we could. We could come in here and just have an enemy that's just a one-shot kill. I mean, technically, as you level up your attack, there will be enemies that are one-shot kills. So as of right now, we don't have any enemies that just have 1 HP, but we absolutely could. We absolutely could just have like this tiny little monster that is just like one hit and they're gone, no matter what. We could go that way. 1 million damage. 429 million. No, that's hundreds, thousands. That's 4,294,967,295 damage. It's crazy, absolutely wild. And that's exactly what we're going to avoid in this game. RPG Maker MV default characters. Do that as well. As Stupendium said, if you're ever feeling in the dumps or stuck in a rut, then you've never felt the feeling of number go up. I mean, that's fair. That is fair. That's good. What are the stats of the weapons and the enemies? Well, there's not actually technically weapons in the game. So the enemies we have not really set up yet. We're still working on getting all the enemies in the game. So there's going to be roughly like 50-ish monsters in the game. And then each one of those monsters is going to have a elemental alternative essentially to them. So there's technically going to be about 250 monsters in the game. And then, you know, a whole bunch of mini bosses and stuff like that. So we have not actually created the monsters to the point where like they're actually balanced. So as of right now, I've just like copied and pasted them all. So all of them have 10 HP. They all have a challenge rating of 10. And they all do 1 damage, and they all give 1 XP. So eventually we will change all of that. We'll get it all balanced and get all that figured out. Now, honestly, it's just, they're just kind of there for now, and then the balancing will be coming later. But as far as the damage goes, so the way that you actually do damage in the game is with spells that are linked to different, like the different card suits. And so you will evoke that damage based on the card suits that you're using. So if you level up your pyro skip spell, then it will do more pyro damage if you draw a pyro card. So think in terms of like, diamonds, clubs, that kind of thing, like with cards, but then replace all those 4 suits with pyro, geo, hydro, and necro damage. So that is how you do damage in this game. That ain't wrong. How has Unbox done in the game? Oh, I see what you're doing now. I was like, what do you mean? I made an RPG Maker. What are you talking about? Yes. So as of right now, I officially know that Unboxed got 80th place in the rankings, which I don't know how, because we literally on stream were looking at sorting by most popular and Unboxed was in 4th place. So unless they just didn't tally everything in the very end, or if it was tallying other things, or I don't know what it was, but we literally went from 4th most popular to 80th place. Still top 100, so we still made it to top 100. So it was played on the stream, so it was played on Johnny Razor's stream. He did play the game. They were very skeptical at first, which was kind of making me a little bit nervous. They were not a fan of the video pitch. They were kind of on the fence about some of the UI elements, some of the way that like the game played. And so I was like, okay, like this game is just completely cooked. And like literally within like 5 minutes of them playing it, like they were like getting all excited, like as they were unlocking new chickens, as they were getting new eggs and like unlocking things, and like they were getting super excited about stuff. There were still a couple things which like I will agree 100%. There are some UI things I need to update. There are different things in the game that I do need to update. I want to add some kind of tutorial stuff like that. So there were good things that I saw them struggle with that I now know that I need to go in and fix. But as they got into it, it seemed like they absolutely loved the game, or at least they enjoyed it more than I was worried about. They absolutely loved the music though, loved the sound effects, and yeah. So all in all, it's fine. I don't know if we're gonna get top 50. Honestly, I don't know if we're gonna be included in the bundle of games. But if we're not, oh well. We made a fun game. It was great. I'm still gonna be updating it. And they even, so on top of what everybody else said in the comments, but also what they were saying on stream, was they were just like, just release the game, like put it on Steam. This would do well. And it sounds like that's kind of like the general consensus of like, put it on Steam. It's gonna do great. Like throw it up on Steam. You can get it on the mobile store, like a mobile app store, sell it for like $1 and call it good. So I think I'm probably gonna work on that, is like getting it ready to put on Steam and just be like, there you go, selling it for $1. Here we go. And maybe I'll even put it on for free. Who knows? We'll see. But so yeah, so that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. They're still going to be playing the rest of the games. I think they still have like 2 or 3 more streams left to get through all the games, and then they will do like their official final judge ranking. And then at that point, then they'll kind of like decide on who's going where, what's going what, and all that fun stuff. Again, we'll just kind of have to wait and see. So that's kind of where we're at. So officially, from the public ranking, we are 80th place.
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Selling it for $1. Like what the chicken says.
You know what? No pun intended. But yes, selling it for $1. 100%. Oh, man. Sorry, I don't recall what exactly you answered to my question in retest builds, if you don't mind, of course. I must have completely missed your question. I missed a single one. You pay someone else. Wait. Was it a message you posted here for Long Icicle? Unless it was like way before. What exactly you answered to with my question in retest builds, if you don't mind, of course. You might have to remind me, because I don't see it in the chat unless I haven't scrolled up enough. A big number for mobile games where they update it forever and it's infinite power leveling to try and take your money. That's fair. That is a really great point, Fairly. Have you ever played a good Balatro-like before? I have not, but I have also never even played Balatro. I need to do that at some point in my life. I really do. Let's see, Ben Schilling says, the problem with 1 damage weapons is that it takes a long time before you get to 2, while if you pick 10, you may get to 11 damage at level 2. Small numbers make a huge difference early on. True. And that's kind of where I basically want each number to feel very impactful. Because yeah, it's like, there's not that rush you feel when you go from like, oh, I'm doing 1200 damage, you're like, no, I'm doing 1300 damage. Which is weird because it's a big number that goes even bigger. But if you go from 12 damage to 13 damage, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing a whole extra damage. But it's like, it's essentially the same thing, just with missing the 2 last zeros on the end. So that's kind of where we're at, is like, I want every upgrade to feel like it actually means something. And it's not just, oh cool, I'm doing 362 more damage. The enemy still has 5 million health. But look at that, I'm doing an extra 362 damage. Cool. I think maybe popular is based on plays or comments, but not rankings. Oh, I could see that. That would actually make a lot more sense. Reaction to their stream? I might post something. I might. Maybe. They love my music. They really did love the music. Opinions on rhythm RPGs. I like them. I think they're a lot of fun. So a lot of people played, but since it's queued ranking, those people couldn't rank it, is my theory. That is a good theory. A Twitch theory. Thanks for twitching. That did not go well. I apologize. You all had to sit through that. We're going to restart. I'm going to do my best to be better than that. You all deserve better than that. If you have a minute max damage, you can increase 1 to 1 or 1 to 2 or 1 to 4. So it's more flexible. But how do you select the number? Where does the randomness come from? I mean, I guess that's true. You could have it be like a between 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 3 kind of a thing. But yeah, the randomness would just literally you're just picking a random number, right? In terms of like practicality, if that's what you're meaning, I mean, I guess you could like consider if it's like where you're hitting the monster, all that fun stuff would kind of like determine exactly how much, you know, if you get a headshot, it's a 4. You know, blow to the like main part of the body, maybe it's a 1, or like maybe it's a 2. The arms are a 1 kind of a thing. Let's see, selling it. Your games, I mean, sorry. Okay, so I don't recall what exactly you answered about my question in retest builds, if you don't mind, of course. Your games, I mean, sorry. DMs and maybe in here, IRC, apologies. Oh, you sent me a message about it. Is that what you're meaning? If that's the case, I'll definitely pull that up and we'll take a look at it. All right, I will take a look at it later, so I'm not pulling up your messages. Congrats on releasing Unboxed. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was I didn't think we were gonna get there, but we did. And I am working on updates. I have actually been working on quite a bit. The update log is getting longer than I expected, so we'll see what happens once the judging period is finally done. Small numbers are more memorable and easy to calculate. True. No, you're right. I am twitching hard. I'm glad to hear it. DMs maybe here, RC. Okay, let's see. A Twitch theory. I don't want to see that one. That one's just cringe. No, it's cringe. Welcome figured it would be welcome. Absolutely welcome. Let's see here. Someone clip TS. No, don't clip it. Don't clip it. Okay, everybody. Holy smokes. Thank you all for chatting. I am so sorry that it took me so long to get through all the chats. Is this a new game? Wow. So this game is my actual game. The game that I'm actually working on that is not Unboxed. So this is the main game that I'm working on, and then Unboxed was kind of a side quest kind of a thing that we did for the month of March. So this is the main game. It is called Tomb of Vercilias. It is a retro dungeon crawling roguelike RPG where the combat is blackjack. So basically general idea so we're working right now on getting a playable demo working. So just a really quick rundown for anybody who's new. I'm just gonna go over that really quickly, and then we're gonna move on to giveaway. We're gonna move on to the coin flip, and we're gonna move on to art, and then we're gonna get into the game dev stuff. I swear. So anyway, basically, general idea is, like I said, it is a dungeon crawling roguelike RPG. So in the playable demo, basically the way that it'll work is you are an adventurer who is you are a bounty hunting adventurer. Sorry, it's been a while since I've gone through this whole spiel. Loki, you're gonna have to remind me some of the key points if I forget some of them. Don't worry. I'm not forgetting. We are, and oh, that's true. Yes, I'm not gonna forget that either. Okay, so we're gonna do spiel, giveaway, art, the trifecta, the surprise, and then we're gonna get into game dev. That's the order. If I go out of order, I'm so sorry. Anyway, yeah, so you're a bounty hunting adventurer who is, obviously going to fulfill a bounty, which essentially, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've gone through this spiel. Okay, here it is. So, Vercilias was the right-hand mage of the king. He started delving into dark magics, researching them, and the king was not a fan of that, so he ordered for Vercilias to be arrested. Vercilias caught wind of the fact that he was going to be arrested by the king, and so he put a curse on the wizard's tower to keep anyone from being able to get to him. So he turned his tower into a ever-shifting and changing labyrinth, an unnavigable labyrinth of these shifting and changing rooms. which worked. No one was ever able to get to him to arrest him, but no one has ever seen Vercilias come out of his tower. So everyone just assumes he probably accidentally got lost in his own tower, and he is now trapped in there and has probably died over the course of however long he's been in there. I'm still trying to decide on the exact timeline, but the king is not satisfied with that. He's like, no, until I actually see him dead or alive, I'm not convinced that he is not still in there researching dark magics. So the king put out a bounty on Vercilias' head, and basically you are one of those people who are heeding the call and going in to hopefully get that bounty. And so you are delving into what is now known as the Tomb of Vercilias, because everyone just assumes he's dead in there. You are going into the Tomb of Vercilias to try and get him dead or alive. So yeah, so basically it is a randomly generated floor, and you're just kind of exploring, fighting monsters, collecting items, disarming traps, all that fun stuff. And yeah, so like I said, though, it is a roguelike, and so you're not expected to just play the game and win it on the first try. You are expected to die several times. And so every time you do a run in the tomb to try and get to the end, you will essentially, there's like different things that are going to kind of mix up. So obviously, like with a new randomized layout and randomized monsters and all that stuff, like it should make it pretty new and random every single time. But there's also going to be these perk cards. So essentially these perk cards are going to add different buffs and debuffs to your character. So like, for example, this one will increase all of your elemental damage by 5%, but you will lose 15% of your max HP. Nyx's Hat of Divine Wisdom, you get 5% more experience when you gain experience, but your geo damage is reduced by 5%. So yeah, so basically you will be able to select up to 9 of these perks as you're going through exploring. So yeah, so then anyway, yes, like I said, you're just kind of going through exploring this randomly generated tomb, and the combat is all based off of blackjack. So you're essentially just playing blackjack against these monsters, trying to beat them. And if you beat them, okay, let's see what happens. And if you beat them, then you do damage. Oh! Because I'm not doing geo damage. I was like, why the crap was that not doing damage? Geo damage. That's why. That's why. Anyway, yes, that's kind of the rough idea of the game. So if you're a fan of blackjack, hopefully this will be a fun game. And if you're not, I'm sorry. Go play something else. That's I guess that's what we got. Anyway, so that's that. This is the main game that we're working on, and should be hopefully a good time once we get it all done. Like I said, we are working on getting a playable demo hopefully ready here soon. There is still a list of things we need to get done, so we're have to work on all that, but hopefully once we get all that done, there will be a playable demo ready to go, and I can throw that out for free, and we can kind of do some play testing, and we'll just kind of see where we're at. So yeah, I like how on these splits I keep getting so many freaking geo cards. There we go. Anyway, yeah. This is a bit more fun, I think. I appreciate that. Thank you. You can start a doc just for yourself for now, to sort of maintain that lore. Just like true. I do have a doc that I have that I actually started creating all of like the NPC backstories, quests, and lore and stuff like that. I do need to write it down for like the overall story lore. Because I mean, I do have it in my head, like the main key points of the story, but the fine details, like I do have some of them written down, some of it not. So some of it's up here, some of it's written down. So I do need to add like the overarching story to that document. But yeah, so the document I does have the NPCs that I've kind of started to work on, their backstories, their quest lines, their motivations, all that fun stuff. Because I want to have few but deep characters. Obviously, it's not going to be anything crazy. I'm one person, and I'm not exactly a lore writer or anything like that. But I do want the characters to at least be relatable. I want them to be interesting. I want it to not just be like, freaking paint by the numbers kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, is that enemy a knack reference? No, but I can definitely see the relation. I can definitely see it. Nice, right on. Your head has a limited storage capacity, just FYI. True. And I have a very limited storage capacity, so I need to write stuff down all the time. No bueno. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. So if you're new here, that's kind of what we're working on here. So hopefully that'll be something that sounds interesting to you. I had a great story idea where a guy builds a time machine to go back in time and put the woman he abused out of her misery. That sounds tragic. Absolutely tragic. Hopefully there's a happy ending to that. I hope. That is a very sad sounding story though. Holy smokes. I must say. I must say. Look up. I don't know what there is. I don't like the fact that you told me to look, listen to Murder Song by Aurora. Absolutely. What did I just read? I know. I'm like, that sounds honestly very tragic. Okay. That was the inspiration. Oh, it was the inspiration for it. Okay. Well, I'll have to listen to it. Okay. All right. Fair. Okay. But we're finally going to get through all this stuff. Okay. What? Hi, stream. Aw. Look at that. Coded messages. Okay, let's take a look at art. What do we got here? Ooh. She is absolutely friggin' adorable. Love the double tail. The sleeves are absolutely fantastic too. Love that. Love the designs here. Love the face. The face looks really good. Obviously, always and forever. The hair looks fantastic. The ears also love those. Yeah, fantastic work with her. Yeah, beautiful stuff. I like how it's replaced the 100 because I've added so many 100s instead of the hearts now. Oh, freaking cutie right here. Love the freckles. I'm a sucker for freckles. Being a freckle face myself. I know you probably can't see really on the camera, but I have many a freckle. Yeah. So yeah, love it. I need to start reacting with the purple heart more often so that comes back. Oh, wait, what is she holding? Is that a bowl that she's holding full of stuff? Or does she just have those stacked really well? Either way, looks great. Ooh, oh my god. Okay, I really like those hanging from the antlers. That is really cool. I really like that. Very nicely done. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Love it. Let's see. I didn't know you went through art in your channel. Yes, I do. I do try and keep it like towards like the start of the stream. So I try and at least with art, and then like obviously like if people want to call out and be like, hey, do you want to take a look at this thing in the channel? I love to pull anything up and take a look and just like admire what people are working on. So I do, so long as I haven't seen it before the stream, which is why I try to not look at stuff. At least in art, I try and save for the stream because I love highlighting what other people were working on. So I honestly need to get better at pulling up like the Creator Corner and community projects as well. My problem is like, especially like with Creator Corner, I will usually look at that not on stream, and so then I forget to actually pull it up on stream. I should probably get better at that and actually, you know, pull those stuff up. So, oh my goodness, what do we got here? Ooh, that looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, love the facial details. I don't know. I know that I should be looking at the foreground stuff more, but I'm so drawn in by the background. Like it's so cool. Like the way it's all done. That looks absolutely fantastic. That is beautiful. The lighting, everything like that. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Very nicely done. Yeah, this is, jeez, beautiful artwork. Oh my gosh, that is the hair. I was thinking that was like a cape or something, but no, that is the hair. Beautiful stuff. Fantastic. Yeah. Love it. Thank you for sharing. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. I didn't know you looked at the art, but I might put a twist ending when the guy from the future stops the one from the future from doing it now. Okay. That'd be kind of fun twist. I like that. That's a lot of art. That is a lot of art. What 4 days do that? 4 days do that. What are we talking about here? What's 4 days? First one is a moth kitsune, hence the 2 tails. Second, a parrot boy. Oh, okay, all right. I'm not gonna lie. If I had to pick a favorite out of the 4 you've posted, I would say this one. This one is my favorite from the batch, I must say. Absolutely fantastic. W streamer, I appreciate that. Thank you. In my world, 2-tailed foxes are mythic. I like it. Artists are a blessing to this world. 100% absolutely are, which is why I know that I don't exactly have like the most expansive audience in the world, right? But I still want to at least shine as dim as my spotlight is, I still want to shine it on anybody that I possibly can. So yeah, so I do appreciate anyone and everyone for posting anything in here, and I absolutely love sharing it. So Fair art is so pretty, OMG. I know, right? Freaking jeez. Yeah, I just every time I scroll through like anywhere on here, I'm always just like, oh my god. It really puts my own art into perspective. So, you know. Okay. Let's see. Super Zach says, hello, party people watching from YouTube right now, because Twitch is updating for me. Oh, hey, cool crown. Thank you. I appreciate that. Although I'm not quite sure I don't know what crown you're talking about. So maybe I can't say thank you for that. But I'm going to say thank you anyway, so thank you. Okay. All right. Let's see. So what was next? So we got art. We do, okay, now that it's been, how long has it been now? Now that it's been 37 minutes since the trifecta, we're going to do the trifecta, and then we are going to go take a look at a special thing. Wait, and then the giveaway. Oh my gosh. And then the coin flip. There's so many things. Okay, we're going to start the coin flip. Here we go. Manage predictions, start prediction, coin flip. All right, we're going to do the coin flip. So really quickly for anybody who is new here, we do a coin flip. I was going to say a daily coin flip, but it's not. When we remember, we do a coin flip. So basically, use your channel points, guess if it's going to be either heads or tails, and then we're going to flip a coin in the next 5 minutes, and then it is best 2 out of 3. So if you choose correctly, then you get more points than you put in, and if you don't, then you don't get your points back. So yeah.
Cameron Reap just
oh boy, we got another stretch. Oh, we're going to be doing a double stretch. That's good times. So anyway, and also if you're not familiar, channel points are auto gained. It's not like you have to spend any money. So if you have channel points and you want to spend them on the coin flip just to see, who knows? Maybe you will get lots, or maybe you will lose lots. You never know. That's the joy. That's the joy of the coin flip. So anyway, so feel free to put your points on that. Let's take a look really quickly, actually. So, one other housekeeping item, which is the game key giveaway. So, for anyone who is new here, let me explain it. But for anyone who is not new here, you should know and hopefully should have reacted to this post. Basically, what we do here on the Discord channel is we have a weekly game giveaway on the Sunday streams. But since we did not have a stream on Sunday, we're going to be doing the giveaway today. So basically, a general idea is there will be a post here in the Discord channel, and all you have to do is add a reaction. That is it. You don't have to respond or anything like that. You just add a reaction to it, and then your name will be automatically put onto a wheel to be able to win one of many games that have been so very graciously offered by our very own Loki Trickster. So basically, Loki has a list of like 600 plus games on a Google spreadsheet. And yeah, so we will roll the names, and then whoever wins will then get a message from Loki, and then you'll be able to pick from one of the games. So it's not a choice of any Steam game you want, but it's also not just some random game. You do get to choose which one you want. So you'll have access to that spreadsheet, and you can kind of decide which one out of the like 600-ish that are available. Which actually, Loki, I'm gonna send you actually a few of the keys that I had purchased for those eggs. So I'll be messaging you about that here pretty soon. You know, obviously no rush with it because there's more than enough keys that you have on your own spreadsheet. But I don't need all the ones that I got, so I can throw them on there and people can take their picks. So anyway, so yeah, so we are going to spin the wheel really quickly. So if you didn't react to this earlier, now that it's already crossed out, so all the names are already set in stone. So I'm so sorry, but there will be a new post. Possibly tomorrow, sometime soon, there will be a new post. So sometime between now and the Sunday stream, make sure that you add a reaction to the post to get your name onto the wheel. So speaking of the wheel, let's see, was it this one? Yes, it is this one. I'm just going to refresh the page just in case. So this is everybody who reacted to the post. So let us do a coin flip. Let's do a spin, and we're going to see who wins a free key this week. So here we go. As a reminder, no giveaway for the next 2 weeks.
That's true. That is true. There will not actually be a giveaway now. Thank you for the reminder. I do appreciate that. Loki is going to Japan for a couple weeks, and so we will not have a giveaway. So forget everything that I literally just said about giveaways, but in
2 weeks after Loki gets back, then we will do more giveaways. But anyway, so, and we'll probably do like a couple extra giveaways on that stream when Loki is back.
That way, you know, we can kind of make up for whatever we lost. So anyway, let's do the spin and we'll see who wins. So everybody cross your fingers that it is a Sunran Dev, because that would just be hilarious. Here we go. Here we go. Cross your fingers, cross your fingers, cross your fingers, cross your fingers, cross your fingers.
Oh my gosh. I swear. I swear I did not have anything to do with that. I swear. I swear I did not have anything to do with that. I promise. I promise. That. Oh my gosh. Okay, I swear, I promise on my life, I did not have anything. That was random. It was completely random. It was completely random. It does seem very rigged though, doesn't it? Because I was literally saying, cross your fingers for some random dev. It wasn't me. I swear. I swear. Anyway, some random dev, congratulations on winning another key. We are going to do a second spin though. We're going to do a second spin, so we're going to remove some random dev's name, because you cannot win 2 keys in one go. So here we go. Let's do another one. So everybody who is currently on the board, you still have another chance to potentially win another key. So here we go. Here we go. Spin of the wheel. Cross your fingers for your name if you're on here on the board. I'm not going to say anybody's name because I don't want to be held responsible personally. Oh, oh, oh. We got Real Moon. We got Real Moon. Congratulations on winning the key, Real Moon. Very nicely done. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Congratulations to you two for both winning from some Steam keys. So I actually think, well, okay, I know that some random dev, I know that you've won a key before. I cannot remember, Real Moon, if you have won a key or not. If you have not, you will get instructions from Loki. But if you have, then you kind of know the process and everything will kind of go according to how it was before. So there we go. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Congratulations. Again, there will not be another giveaway for the next 2 weeks, but after that, we will be doing potentially a larger giveaway when Loki is back from Japan. So yeah, good times. Good times. Okay, now let's finish up the coin flip really quickly, and then we're going to move on to, oh my gosh, that's right, I still need to do the trifecta. There's so much. I miss one stream day, and just everything piles up, doesn't it? Everything just piles up. Helium isn't that cheap these days, by the way. That's true. That's true. It is very expensive nowadays. Going to Japan and you didn't invite me? I've been telling Loki this for the past, like, couple months now. The first time Loki brought it up, I was like, take me with you. Take me with you. I hope I'll be there for that giveaway. I hope so too. I hope so too, Dazu. I hope so. All right, everybody, let's do a coin flip quickly. And then we're going to do the maybe we should call it like the triple dipper. No, like trifecta. All right, remember, it's best 2 out of 3. Let's see what happens here. We've got ourselves a tails. We got one tails so far. Remember, best 2 out of 3 though, so don't be cheering too much if you voted for tails, because heads could still take it. Let's see what happens. Cross your fingers for the one you want. Oh! We got a clean sweep. We got a clean sweep by tails. Congratulations if you voted for tails. Absolute fantastic stuff. Very nicely done. Very good guessing. I'm so proud of you as a guesser. Very nicely done. It looks like... It always cracks me up when I see this kind of discrepancy. Would that be the right word? This kind of gap. Congratulations if you voted for tails. Holy smokes. 5% of the points went towards tails. Jiminy Christmas. That is absolutely wild. Well, if you voted tails, congratulations. Well done. Very nicely done. We're going to go for tails, and it looks like 2,500 channel points are going to be awarded to the 2 people who chose tails correctly. Complete prediction. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Again, congratulations if you voted for tails. Very nice. Yes. I think it does say, though, I think it'll tell me who won. See details. 2556 go to Sumran Dev and Dazu. Not bad. Congratulations, you two. Very nicely done. Very nice. Dang, that's crazy. Who would do such a thing? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, all right, let's do the trifecta really quickly, and then we're going to jump onto a surprise from Loki, and then maybe before we hit the hour mark, we will get into the game dev stuff. Here we go. Let's crank the jams, and let's do the trifecta. Here we go. Here we go. All right, everybody. You know the drill. 10 on the clock. 10 on the clock. Count them with me. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then time for the chest benders. Here we go. Count it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. You skip one stream and all of a sudden you get like really weak. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. Okay, let's do some stretching. Oh, I'm gonna need this. Here we go. Let's go to the left. And then to the right. And bring it back now, y'all. Oh, that feels good. Oh, get the blood pumping. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Woo. All right, everybody. So, like I said, there is a surprise, a secret from our very near and dear Loki. So, let's see here. Go here. Close you. Okay. Oh, man. Whew. Okay. Let's see here. So I'm going to pull this up really quickly over here, though, just to not expose the DMs. Let's go over here. Okay, let's go over here. And then so it was requested of me to not look at this at all until now. So I'm going in completely blind. So Loki, if you make me pull up stuff that goes against the TOS, I'm going to be very sad and very upset. Are you going to try and get me banned for the amount of time you're gone in Japan? I can see it. All right, let's visit site. Let's see. Here we go. We are going to download. No preview available. 117 meg. Google Drive has detected issues with your download. The file is too large for Google to scan viruses. So help me, Loki. So help me. If you destroy my computer, because I'm downloading random EXEs, Magic8ball.exe isn't commonly downloaded. Really? Make sure you trust Magic8ball.exe before you open it. Okay. Keep it. Oh my gosh. Report this app is safe. Freaking Microsoft. Okay, you. Keep anyway. Jeez. The amount of things I gotta jump through just to potentially destroy my computer. Absolutely wild stuff. All right, let's pull this back up over here. Okay, there we go. So that's good there. So let's put this back over here. Okay, all right. That's crazy. Who does do such a thing? Not me. All you gotta do is buy your ticket. I mean, that's fair. I guess if I did buy a ticket, it's not like you couldn't. It's not like you could keep me from not going to Japan. I would just have to make sure to go with you at the same time. Could be a good time. All right, everybody. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen here. So I'm going to pull this up. And I'm going to see what I have to do to try and get it full screen / in the frame and all that fun stuff. So let's see what happens. Magic8ball.exe. Ooh, Magic 8-ball. Okay. All right, so I don't hear any music. So if I'm missing sound, let me know, Loki. But I think. Okay. We're gonna shake. Concentrate and ask again. Okay, all right. I completely forgot how to use an 8-ball. Okay, let's see. What do I got here? Am I going to get any work done tonight? Concentrate and ask again. Outlook, not so good. Ah, crap. Am I going to get any work done this week? It is decidedly so. Oh, okay. So I'm going to get some work done, but potentially not tonight. Is there going to be a raid during this stream? I don't know what that means. Let's try it again. No comment. Okay, all right. What else should we ask? Are the chickens going to jump in the next 10 seconds? No comment. What did I do to deserve it? You're a Magic 8-ball. That's what you did to deserve this. You are a Magic 8-ball. That is what you've done, and that is what you get. No free thought, eh? I mean, sometimes. Not usually, but sometimes. Was that an eyeball? I swear I just saw an eyeball. What was that? Okay, what was that? Are you Serious? Yeah, I'm pretty serious. Shake it again. Don't bother me. Walk. No. Deuce. I don't know what's happening here. Annoying. I have no idea what that says. Annoying little. What the? How dare you, Magic 8 Ball? How dare you? What ignorance? Is your name really Kevin? Oh my goodness. It's the hate ball. I knew it! It's the hate ball. You called your computer red? How did you know? Why? Loki has hacked into my computer. I love you. Loki, what's going on here? And yes, I did call my computer red. Now I'm realizing why Windows said that this cannot be trusted. Kevin, you don't want to do this. Well, now I'm getting nervous that I don't. First time new characters in the Moonverse. No, that was just Moon Mum. My wife, not my mom. Everybody used to think that it was my mom. No, that was my wife. Loki, I'm concerned. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen here? If this takes down the stream, I'm gonna be very sad. But I do want to do this. I want to see. This is your last chance. No, just my hands for today. That's true. That's true. Just the hands. I am so nervous. I'm so nervous. What's gonna happen? Well, let's see what happens. It's my last chance. Still hype. It's gone. It's gone. What happened? Where'd it go? It's somewhere. It's embedded itself into my everything. Okay, where's the jump scare? Loki? You have me so nervous. It just closes once it's done. I don't believe you, Loki. I really don't believe you. I believe that you have done something. And it's gonna... Something's gonna happen. I'm deleting that. I'm getting rid of it. Now it can't hurt me. The magic hate ball can't hurt me. I'll live for a second. What is going on? Ooh, that was scary. Oh, we were just checking out a fun little thing that Loki made. Absolutely fantastic. Loki, love it. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting it to like look like it closed out and I was gonna be like, okay, we're good. And then it was gonna like pop up and like play a loud sound. But it didn't. So that's good. I like that, Loki. I like that is enough to make my heart beat and I'm like, what else is going on? You gonna pull up my my taxes folder? That'd be kind of sad and scary. Yeah, terrifying stuff. Thank you, Loki. I am glad that I looked at that on stream because I was like genuinely like, what is gonna happen now? Especially after you figured out that I named my computer. Wait, is this computer still named Red? CMD. Hey, look at that. My name is Kevin though. Crap, what's it called? Host name? I did name it Red. I forgot that I named this computer Red. Why did I name it Red? I don't remember. I don't remember why I named it Red. Mention taxes to employed people is like mentioning employment to unemployed people. It really is terrifying stuff. Anyway, yeah, so thank you, Loki. I do appreciate that. That is really fun. I do like that. I'm not gonna lie, that is nothing what I was expecting. Nothing what I was expecting. But that was a good time. Thank you. Let's see here. Just close what's done. I left for a second. What's going on? It's gonna do a jump scare when you least expect it. Probably like 2 hours into the stream. I would not be surprised. My taxes are way worse. I believe it. Honestly, I believe it. My taxes this year were honestly still not too bad. Next year might be a little bit crazier, but this year still wasn't too bad. Yeah, I was at work and just had the idea of a magic 8-ball that gets more annoyed as you ask a question. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot to ask it a question the first time. That's my bad. Bunch of taxes, unemployed people, and yes, that was an eye. That was a terrifying eye. Now, was that your eye, or was that just an eye that you found? It's just such effing. Tell me about it. Freaking taxes are a mess. In general, taxes are a mess. Absolutely horrible stuff. Just an eye. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so wait. Clarify again. I have to know now. Where did this cookie come from? Did you bake a cookie? Did you order a cookie? Like she just comes in and is like, here's a freaking thick freaking cookie. Like that's a thick boy right there. So anyway, I'm very curious to know what's going on there. And it just reads the computer name and username. I mean, I figured that part out. I did figure that part out. But that means you could do any other sorts of things. Potentially. Maybe. We do not question a magic cookie. We just eat them. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not questioning why. I'm questioning how. How is cookie? How does cookie exist? That's a pretty good cookie. Too many questions. All right, fair. Just eat cookie. Will do. All right, everybody. Let's do some game dev stuff, shall we? So, since the last stream, I was hoping to do a little bit more work on it. Didn't really do as much as I was hoping to. There's a couple little things. One of them being, I made it so when you enter combat, it gets rid of these numbers. Basically, these numbers are like your points of interest, right? So I am currently in room 7, and room 7 has the Void Stone. And then room 8 is going to be where the exit is. So this just kind of tells me like where I'm at, where I can go for the Void Stone, where I can go for the exit, just for like speed running purposes in testing, right? But I made it get rid of that and replace it with the monster name when you enter combat. You can actually see who you're fighting, because that's probably going to be roughly what it's going to be like when you're in combat. So it just shows that, because in general, it's not going to show you where the exit is up at the top of the screen. You're gonna have to explore for that. So I did wanted to actually show the name of the monsters. I also got, I think, 2 more or maybe 3 more monsters added, including like all their elemental stuff. So if I come over here to GitHub, go to Tomb of Vercilias and images, pictures, over here to monsters. How should I feel? So yeah, okay, so we did have in the last one. Oh. Okay, come on, just take me to the monsters. So we had the gargoyles in the last one. I believe we also had the slime, we had the elemental, and I can't remember if we had this guy or not. So we got this guy now. We also then have the glob. This is glob. Say hello to glob, everybody. And then after glob, we then move on to the sentinel. It's just like an empty suit of armor. And then last but not least, we have the, what do I call this guy again? The tusk rat. So I guess there's 3 new monsters that I did add. So there we go. So anyway, maybe potentially this guy as well. I cannot remember if this guy was in the last stream or not. I also can't remember what all their names were, which is why I had to add the names. So we've got gargoyle, slime, elemental, rubble golem, glob, iron sentinel, and tusk rat. There we go. Those are the 7 monsters that we currently have, and then of course all of their elemental variants, right? Because you've got just elemental, but then you've got the pyro elemental. I also tried to animate this guy. We'll see if that works well. Basically, it's just supposed to animate like this. Very, very minimal. So this one was honestly going to be the easiest though to animate, because it's literally just me flipping it back and forth. There we go. The other ones will be take a little bit more time, because I will have to actually like animate them. But anyway, so we're at 7 monsters now. It now shows the names of the monsters. I think that was about it. Hi, Glob. Morning, Glob. I appreciate that. Also, I see your first time chatter. Welcome, Gobfather. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Hopefully, you have an absolutely fantastic week so far. Yeah. So that's kind of what we got. Nothing too crazy. I am going to have to keep adding monsters because I do want to have at least like a dozen monsters for the demo. Obviously, I will have to keep adding more and more and more as time goes on. But for now, I feel like a dozen-ish monsters is going to be a good starting point. So, and that'll be a dozen monsters times 5. So it's not just like, it's not going to be just the 12 monsters. It will be 12 monsters plus all their elemental variants. Yeah, so basically what we need to be working on now. I am actually kind of happy with how Glob turned out. I wasn't sure what it was going to look like by adding the mouth. I also didn't want him to look too much just like the slime. So, yeah. Now he's just a giant slime-esque with a giant mouth. I'm also not sure how I feel now about the cards covering the monsters as much nowadays. I might have to figure out a different place to put the cards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so I believe next we needed to work on getting the mini boss working. Because, or the floor guardians, however you want to look at it. Because the floor guardians are currently very broken, if you remember. So if I come in here and let's just say we're going to set this to be -3 to -1, so it only spawns items, nothing else. And then let's go find the mini boss room. Okay, so we're in room 34. We got to go down to room 20. Oh, that's the exit. So let's attune to the glyphs. That way I can find the mini boss. There we go. There he is. Oh, gotta go this way. And there we go. So if I open the door and then I head inside, nothing happens. He just stands there. Nothing going on in his pretty little head. Nothing going on. So I do need to figure out what I actually need to trigger, because I should basically just be able to tap into the regular combat system. There's not a whole lot that's going on with the mini bosses as of right now. Eventually I may add a little bit more to it, but as of right now, this is basically what we got. Is just you come in here, it does this thing. I don't know why it stopped animating the background, but it did. See what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's see, Nick's over on YouTube says, it's been a little while. Hey, yo, welcome. It has been a hot minute. Welcome. Glad you're here. How you doing? How's life? How are things going for you? Okay, so. Also, does this guy do 10 damage? That seems high. That seems really high. Are you actually doing 10 damage? Danathar. Okay, so he's okay. All right. I was like, he's doing how much damage? No, he's not doing that much damage. I think it's because it's just grabbing, because basically the blank monster when it gets created is just 100 HP, 10 attack, 10 defense, 10 just across the board. This is just kind of like the default that RPG Maker adds to a non-existent, right? So even if I come in here and I hit delete on the thing, it doesn't change anything. So I can set this to be like 1, and if I come over here and delete, it then sets it back to 100. That's just like the default setting, right? So I do need to have it jump to 505. I need to remember how that's going on. That's probably gonna be over here. Let's see here. Go in the new room, added quest in mini boss room. Showing monster. If 94 is greater than 0. And okay. We need to no longer say if you are less than 101. We need to say if you are less than maybe 501? I think it's 501. Let's see here. Enemies. Yes. So we're going to say if you are equal to or less than or equal to 501. That makes sense. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5. Okay, yeah. So 501. No, 501 would be the next going up, right? N would be where 11 is elemental. Yeah, because it's 1 plus 5 would be 6. Plus 5 would be 11. Okay. So yeah, so basically we just need to get it to be... What 5... I need to check this actually really quick. Okay. So... Yeah, 501... So if we're incrementing by 5, so it's 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11. Okay, yeah. So 501 would be the last monster. Yes. So yeah, so basically we just need to say if you are less than or equal to 501, you are a regular monster. So over here, page 4, come down here. We're just gonna say if you are less than or equal to 501, you're a regular monster. If not, you are then a mini boss. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's see here. Valley, first time chatter. First of all, welcome. Glad you're here. Says, can't you use names instead of numbers? Not really. Not in this particular spot. So basically, the reason why we're using numbers here is we're basically just saying so each of the monsters have an ID, right? And so we have allowed for up to because what would that be? So it's 500 divided by. So yeah, so I'm allowing there to be enough room to have up to 100 monsters, and then each one of those monsters has a elemental variant to it, and there are 4 elements. So there's going to be a regular monster, a pyro variant of that monster, a geo variant, a hydro element, and a necro element. So each monster will technically have 5 total variants, including its normal variant. So basically the reason why we're doing 501 is because 501 is going to be the last ID of monster 100. So that would be the necro element of monster 100. So basically we just want to say if you have an ID that is equal to or less than that, then you're just a regular monster. But if you have anything above 501, that would mean you are now a floor guardian or a mini boss, and so it needs to kind of do like slightly different things with the mini boss or the floor guardian. So it looks like you can assign names to the enemy indices in the editor, even if the index is symbolic. So I mean, they definitely do have names. There are names, and they do have them. I don't have all the monsters in here yet, unfortunately, so I don't really know what monster 100's name is going to be. And honestly, we may not even have the full 100 monsters in the game. As of right now, I only have planned, so if I come over here, I only technically have planned 52 monsters are like the rough design / names. So Trollkin, a small green warty creature carrying a simple wooden club. So I just threw this into like generators, right? So like, you know, a lot of like, obviously like there's the very basic like skeletons and slimes and stuff like that, mimics. But I just threw this into like a fantasy monster generator essentially, and just like pulled up a whole bunch of just like fantasy monsters, right? And then they all had descriptions and all that fun stuff. So yeah, so basically as of right now, there are 52 monsters that I've been like, that sounds interesting enough. Let's go with that. So I don't even technically have an idea for all 100 monsters. So it's more of just kind of like allowing me enough headroom to where like if time goes on and I want to add a couple monsters here and there to like freshen up gameplay, right? Then I don't have to go in and like change all of this going forward. That is why I'm doing that. But they do have names. They do have names. So I technically could. I mean, you could do something like max normal monster index instead of having to remember what the number means. But yeah, maybe. So when it comes to the database in RPG Maker, I'm still kind of learning like the back end of the database. Like, don't get me wrong, I have definitely done some crazy things with it. But I have also been using it for so long, the numbers don't really bother me too much. It was more of like having to remember exactly how many monsters I had accounted for. and then kind of just going off. So honestly, like now that I have that in there, it's set to 501, should be fine. Like I shouldn't have to adjust that at all. So we should be good there. We should be good. In the long run, it helps a lot to name your important numbers. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. The names of the enemies don't exist as variables in code. That's yeah. Some rand dev brings up a very good point. So yeah. So the names of the monsters are not necessarily saved as variables or anything like that. When reading the code, you wrote. That is true. That is true. And like I have added some comments and things like that, just to, like kind of help me a little bit remember. But yeah. So in terms of like the actual monster data, all of that is stored elsewhere. So there is, if I come over here to Tomb of Vercilias, data. So if we come in here, so this is all the data in the game. It's all stored in JSON. So if I were to pull up, say, enemies right here, and if I pull this over here, so this is everything to do with the monsters. So as you can see, so going up to monster 37, this is like the last monster that really has anything in there, essentially. I think. Come over here. Yeah, so you got all the names right here. They have all of their IDs, all that information and stuff like that. And as soon as you hit this wall here, it just kind of devolves into nothingness, right? And so that is all the blank monsters that we have right there. And then once you get down to here, or somewhere here, wherever that would be, where would that be? This not 100% is. If we go to 505, should be this guy, right? There we go. Floor Guardians, Danathar. Yes, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so this is where all of this data is stored. Is all in this JSON file. So it's completely separate. Yeah. I'm surprised RPG Maker doesn't do that automatically. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that surprise you about RPG Maker. It's, it has its quirks. I'll say that. I'll say that. So the names you set here wouldn't matter. That's just how RPG Maker is. It's not meant to be used with code. Moon has to hack it like crazy to do stuff. It's not hacking. It's hacked. It's a hack. I'm a hack. Everything's hacked. That's true. It is. I do have to hack up stuff a bit to get things to work. But technically, I'm able to get it to work. And that's what makes me happy. And hey, if I can get a hacked up mess eventually look fine, that's where I'm happy with. So, but anyway, I do like your insight and the thoughts behind it though, and I do try and get better at that as time goes on, because the more time that I spend doing this, the better I feel like I am getting, slowly but surely, very slowly but surely, at getting to the point where I could actually become better at what I'm doing versus just kind of throwing things and seeing what sticks. So, yeah, so that's what we got going on right now. So anyway. In mini boss room, self switches. 9:15, 8 of true. Oh, okay. This may not actually be what I need. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, that's all good there. Now, I believe it's over here. This is where I have the monster spawning. Again, if I could go back and redo this whole thing, I would do so many more things in common events. I really should have. Being able to take the unboxed project and see how much better things are in common events, and me just being able to like call on things on here. Oh my gosh. I wish so badly I would have done common events more, but you know what? Live and learn. You live and you learn. So, on the monster spawning. No, I believe it's in the RTG spawn. I'm gonna come down here. Room, set player spawn. Set exit spawn. This is where the spawning gets stuck in a loop. Hey, I need to fix that. I need to fix that at some point in time. Because it does get stuck in here. Somewhere. This is where it's actually getting stuck. I need to figure out where it is getting stuck in there. Set mini boss spawn. Here we go. That is a lot of ifs. Okay, so this is setting the mini boss spawn location to a random number between 1 through 60. Then this is all the checks that it goes through to make sure that it's good to go there. That breaks the spawn. Set orb pedestal spawn. Spawn chests. Don't spawn things in the chest room. Don't spawn things in spawn room, exit room, mini boss room, pedestal room. Set current room config to spawn room config. Show the layout. Get the player X, get the player Y. Okay. Maybe it's in here. Spawn a monster. Spawn nothing, spawn item. Spawn the dice. Spawning traps. Create room decorations. Remove potentially spawn decor and exit. Remove decor in mini boss room. Spawn the mini boss. There we go. Okay. Spawn mini boss in mini boss room. Okay. We're gonna say set variable value 98 plus 523 times 4 minus 1. What? Excuse me? Okay, let's come in here and find out. So 98 is player X. Okay, exactly what we want. This is saying plus 523. So 523, set it to -1. Is this spawning the mini boss? Doesn't spawn the mini boss in here, does it? Add new room info. Reveal next room. Show decor. Show pedestal. Show room in POV. Picture. So when you press up, down, left, move into mini boss room. Spawn mini boss on mini booze. Spawn mini boss in mini boss room. So 98 plus 523 times 4. Set it to math floor, math random. 1 times 1 plus 101. There it is. We want to set you to be 505. So setting a random number between 505 and 505. Come over here to enemies, 505. So it should now spawn Danathar in the mini boss room. So come over here. And then I just need to increase that random number based on how many mini bosses we have. So come over here. And we say, go to room 22. Be attuned to the glyphs. Okay, now we come over here. Okay, come over here. So that's the kind of random generation that I like to see, where it's like you can't just go straight down from the room that's up there. I have to actually go like out and around, and it just feels good. Feels good that it's actually working. Open the door, and then let's move up into the mini boss room, and let's see what happens. It has spawned Danathar, but it's gonna freak out because apparently I forgot. It's trying to show mini boss 505-1, which is not a thing. That is not a thing, everybody. We do not have mini boss 505-1. So let's come over here to pictures. We're going to go to monster. And then up here, we've got MB. This is going to be 505-1, 505-2, 505-3. And we don't necessarily need all of these frames. I may reduce the amount of frames just because eventually I do want to, I mean, obviously we don't want the mini bosses to look like freaking Cheeto over here, even though eventually we'll be getting him put back in here somewhere. I don't know if we necessarily need this many animation frames for the mini bosses, so I do want to have them be a little bit more detailed. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, okay, that should fix that. That should fix that. Let's see. Nick says, I'm back on Discord. I got a new account. Very nice. Posted what I'm doing in art. Ooh, yes, yes. I'll have to take a look. Cheeto, this is the ideal male body. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. That's true. That's true. Cheeto is the peak male body right there. He returned. That's true. That's true, Dazu. That's true. More frames for the bosses is good. And that's where I'm kind of like on the fence. I'm like, I like having a little bit more animation going on. But yeah. I'm kind of on the fence about like exactly what I'm going to do for the mini bosses. I might, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's see here. Let us see if we come over to, okay, we need to go to room 5. Let's go to room 5. We can attune to that, and then we can move back up to here. Now that we've revealed where the mini boss is, let's come over to, if I can find my way to that room. Okay, guess we got to go down instead of up. I think I also want to, oh crap. I also think I want to change the room transition animation. Oh no. It's broken. The spawning is broken. Well, that's tragic. That happens every now and then. That is another thing I do need to fix. Because it's very sad when it breaks. Very sad. Very sad. Okay, let's attune to the glyphs. The problem is that like it happens so rarely that I'm just like, I know that I need to do it. I just can't be bothered, right? All right, how the freak am I gonna get down here? Oh, it's probably through here. Probably through here. Anyway, yeah, so I think I want to speed up the animation. Oh my gosh, so help me if this one's broken too. Right after I got done saying, oh, it happens so rarely. There we go, open the door, let's head through. And there we go, there's Danithar. Danithar is right there, awesome. We do still have a problem, and that is so many things. Okay. So I don't think we actually want to, I think what we decided is I was going to not have it actually show a room. So we do need to change that. We need to get it to the point where it's actually turning on the combat stuff. Because right now it's not. If you don't like to do more work, you can give more importance with size, but there needs to be an indicator for tough fights, in my opinion. Even something simple. True. Well, and that's the thing too, is like, you're never gonna like accidentally come across the mini boss or the floor guardians. Basically, general idea is kind of what I'm thinking. Here's like general idea of kind of what I'm thinking is, in these rooms, I think I'm going to have it be just like a completely dark room, maybe with like just the floor, but like no walls, just the walls, so it like just feels kind of dark and scary. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. And then once you defeat the floor guardian, the mini boss, then the room will reveal itself, and then there will be like the exit portal behind there and all that stuff. So it definitely will feel different, but we'll see how different it actually feels once I get all that done. So that is that. Let's come back over to here. So yeah, so I'm trying to remember, what do we actually need to turn on to get all this stuff going? So this is the drawn attack. So we need that A to be on. We need that A to be on. Draw line. We don't need that A to be on. Old card mechanic. We don't need any of that to be on. So really, technically, we just need 35 and 38 A to be on. What is it currently turning on? Place spawn location. Okay, so yeah, so 35A, 35B. Okay, so it shows the picture. Goes through all of this stuff, which all of that is correct. Turn on spawn monster, turn on draw cards. All of that should be the exact same as regular monster. Erase picture. Yes, unless there's something else. I don't think there's anything in here. It could be here. When we move up, player move up. Fighting mini boss is on. The core animation's off. Okay. Spawn mini boss. No picture. Oh, I need to take care of it in here? Okay, that could do it. Okay, so then over here, when you move up into mini boss room, turns on fighting mini boss. I don't think we need to do that per se. We'll leave it anyway. Let's for now not turn that off. I'm just gonna set that to on, and we can swap it back later. Spawn the mini boss, do all of that, then turn on spawned monster, turn on draw cards. We don't need to turn on draw cards because draw cards, I don't think we're using that switch anymore. So let's just paste that in there. And then 915A to true. We can get rid of that. Okay. I think that should make it all work. Unless, if we come in here, A, B, C, monster blackjack, player bust, monster bust, stand, tie, dead monster, saving throw monster. Okay, so none of that should be turned off when you're in the mini boss room. Just making sure. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Come over to room 25. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Right in here. Open the door, and then let's head inside and see what happens. Okay. Progress. And then it basically just jumps into the regular. Okay. We're making progress. We're making progress. Okay, so if we come over here. Mini boss. Showing monster. Card. Oh, that is not bad. I'm so sorry. I mean to punch the microphone. Card decks. I think we can just copy this. Cards drawn. Just copy all of it. Okay. The question is, why are we separating all of the mini boss stuff from the regular monster stuff? Oh, like Yellow King fight in Fear and Hunger 2. Maybe. Do they do the same thing where it's kind of just like a completely dark room? Maybe like maybe just the floor? If so, then yes, absolutely that. Absolutely. Okay. Hold up, 2 seconds. So, I think I need to strip the thing down. I really do. Okay, let's just copy all of this just so I have a backup, just in case. Because I'm that way. I'm that way, and yeah. So anyway, so if you move up, moving into the mini boss room. So it turns off show dialogue, plays a transition. Who am I texting on stream? I'm texting you. I had to know. I asked you where it came from, and then you never responded, so I was like, well, I better text instead. That's my bad. Okay, all right. So we shouldn't need any of this because all of this should be being handled by just like the regular monster spawning. I think we can get rid of you. We can keep fighting mini-boss. I might as well turn that on just in case. The mystery of the magic cookie finally solved. Not a clickbait. It's true. The mystery of the magic cookie has been solved. I mean, obviously I knew it was from my wife. So, but yes, the mystery has been solved as to where it came from, why it is, and all that fun stuff. It's good times. A gift from the Magic 8 Ball. That's the one. The Magic 8 Ball is the one that hath blessed me with the cookie. My wife was just simply the transport for the cookie. But really, it was the Magic 8 Ball. Okay. I guess we can ignore that. Picture 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 98. I don't know what any of those are. I'm going to keep them. On mini-boss in mini-boss room. Card decks. That's what's spinning them, spawning them. I think what we can do is we can take you all the way down to you. Bond monster, turn on. Draw cards, turn on. Now let's cut all of that. Then we delete that. If you move into the mini boss room, does all of that. Cool. Now, over here to page 4. Glad you enjoyed the little project. It was a fun little experiment. I do intend to add more random events like the eye, but wanted to get something playable. That's fair. That's fair. And very playable, and a little spooky. A little spooky, not gonna lie. But it was fun. I did really enjoy it. Okay, so showing monster. Go mini boss. Go picture 25 MB. Is that what I call it? MB? I do. MB. Okay, cool. That should have been my first guess, is that I didn't have to adjust this and it worked just fine. Okay, so we can delete that and replace it with that. So, show mini boss. So, spawn mini boss in mini boss room. So, this is what actually chooses the mini boss. We shouldn't need to worry about card decks. Do we also need to turn on C? I think we also need to turn on C. Turn on B. Okay, so when we are moving into the mini boss room, so let's just turn on switch C from here. We can just say control self switches, turn on C. Then let's exit event processing. We'll skip everything else on this page and just jump straight over to here. Then go mini boss. Okay, so this is actually selecting a mini boss. This should be showing the mini boss. Variables. I don't know if that was quite right. Let me know how the audio is. Love this song. Let me know how the audio is. If it's too quiet, too loud, let me know. Okay, this is getting all the stats for the monsters, but all of this is already happening down here. This is literally just a copy paste of that, right? Grabs the parameters, the experience. Yeah, so we don't need those because then that just happens, because all of that happens regardless of whether you're with a regular monster or the mini boss. On spawn monster, turn on, draw cards. In mini boss room, in regular room. I mean, if at this point it's doing the exact same thing, I don't think we need to worry about this. We can just... actually move that out there. And I'm going to cut that for now. Else 26. Okay. First of all, let's go test the regular combat and see if I just completely broke it. If I broke it, then we gotta go fix it. I think right now we should be fine. Let's go in here, let's just test the regular combat and see what happens, and then we're gonna test the mini-boss and see what happens there. So, go in here. Okay, everything seems fine so far. Let's stand. All of this should be untouched. All of like the actual combat itself should be fine. No worries there. Let's double down on the 10. We got a 17. That's all right. It's all right. It's fine. Split the queens. Oh my gosh. Look at that friggin' split. Holy smokes. That is a good split. Let's stand and see what happens on that. Oh my gosh. What? No. Why? How? I had a 21 and a 20 and he got a 21. Oh my gosh. If I lose this roll, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going evens. I'm going to guess evens and let's see what happens. Oh, thank freaking goodness. I actually got it. I actually got it. That's a happy day. That's a happy day right there. That makes me very happy. What is with his 21s? Let's take a hit on 11. 15. We're going to stand on a 15. That was some weird stuff that happened right there. Anyway, so combat seems fine. Combat seems all right. It's still working. Everything's good to go there. Now let's come over here and let's do the mini boss. See how well that goes. Here we go to the mini boss. I got a room 48. Well, like some kind of hair tickling my neck. That's just killing me. Okay. Zatoon. Okay, he's all the way down there. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. You want to be all spread out? That's fine with me. All right, let's open the door. And let's head inside and let's see what happens. I fat fingered up and left somehow. And so it moved me up and left. And now I think I'm soft locked on my movement. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Okay. Write that down. I swear I had taken care of it to the point where I couldn't double press movement. But apparently I didn't fix it. Apparently not. Okay. Attuned to the glyphs. He's just right up there. Cool. Let's go. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Open the door. Now just press up. All right, never mind. I thought I fat fingered a button, but apparently not. Apparently it is just in here. So what's going on here? What's going on here? Move into the mini boss room. Okay. I should be doing all that. Move in direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we setting the movement direction? Movement direction is 1. Movement direction is 2. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so we're going to say control variables, set variable 97, movement direction to be equal to 3. Okay, well now that should work better now. Still not sure. Still looks like it could be a little bit janky. Let's see what happens. Okay, open the door, head through. Okay, so I'm in the room now. Definitely some weird stuff going on here. So what else do I need? Because I don't want to change anything of where I'm at. Copy current room info to the data. Okay, we don't need that. 4 animations are off. Player location +6. Player Y +1. Move a direction. Turn on B. Is B required for things? Maybe it is. Maybe instead of turning on C, I just need to turn on B. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Don't turn on C, turn on B. Let's see if that fixes things. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's not like I made this, so who knows what's gonna happen? It's a mystery, everybody. It's a mystery. We'll never know what could have happened. Okay, just let me get to the right room. Thank you. Mini boss is up there. Cool. Let's see what happens. What in tarnation's happening here? Player / monster hands. Erases all this stuff. Oh. That's why it's playing the double animation, is because I'm telling it to play the animation here. And it plays it again. Oh, okay. All right, so we can get rid of this animation here. Fighting mini boss. I guess we can leave that on. Show dialogue, turn off, erase all of that. Okay, player direction, turn on B. Okay, so that takes care of that. But now, if we come down here, I should go through all of this. So B is on. Okay. If I missed it, hope you liked the art so far. I have not. I'm not taking a look at the art yet. But I will take a look in a bit. Add monster HUD elements. So down. Okay, so this is what actually plays all of this. Plays the animation. Turns on updating minimap icons. Okay, whatever. Then turn on C. But if C is on, it should do all of this stuff. Updating minimap icons. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what the problem is. Come down here. If play location's equal to mini boss spawn location, which we should be. Showing monster. Okay. Say in the cards. So if 94 is less than or equal to 501, not, then do that. So it should show the mini boss. 94. What is the value of 94 then? I guess that's the question. What is the value of 94? Well, that's a fun error. I don't know what was going on there. Don't like that. I don't like that. Whoa, everything is all just right up next to each other, isn't it? Okay. Over and around and up. Open. Go through. Okay. So, variable 94. What are you? You are currently equal to current room monster is -1. Okay. Then down here, That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. We don't want this to be in this else handler right here. Let's cut that. Let's turn off the conditional branch with the else handler. Let's just come over here and we're just going to say conditional branch if player's location, I believe is 36. So if the, nope, that's the exit room. Player's location, find location. Player's location. If player's location is equal to mini boss X, mini boss Y, mini boss. Okay. What if we just search for location? I cannot remember what these things are called. Mini boss spawn location. 523. That's right. Okay, so if the player's location is equal to the mini boss spawn location, then do that. And let's see what happens. Okay. Attune to the glyphs. Here. Open the door. Let's go through. Okay, so what am I missing from here? So what all was happening when you go in here? So it turns off the dialogue, does the transition animation, sets the deck, turns on fighting mini boss, turn on the decor animations, erases pictures. Turn on spawn monster, turn on draw cards, self switches. Okay, where does it start for things that we need to do? Turn on the act right go. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I do need to turn that on. Just be like, all right, start doing what you're supposed to do right now. I demand it. I demand it, computer. Do what I say. Okay, so I mean, all of that should already be happening. So it's ready to do that. Fighting mini boss turn on, decor animations. I guess let's take from here down to here. I'm gonna copy that. Come over here. So I just want to make sure. Are we even getting into here? To this condition. If player's location is equal to mini boss spawn. That's what I want to know. As long as we're in there, we should be fine. We can just add to that and just kind of see what happens from there. If not, though, that could be the problem. We're not in there. Open door. Head through. Well, that's a problem. That is a problem. Because the player's current location is 26, which is correct. And then, what was it, 523? 523 is mini boss spawn location is 26. Okay. All right. Whatever. I mean, that could be causing the issues then. So is there an if that I'm not taking into consideration? Probably. Okay, pedestal, the orb. Current location is equal to player's location. Active. Else, obelisk is on. 440 plus 100 is equal to 0. Player location is equal to the mini-boss spawn location in mini-boss room. If mini-boss dead is... Ooh, okay. If mini-boss is dead is on, else do this. Be a well-constructed door. Okay. I'm seeing why I did it in the order that I did it. Okay, so I need to adjust some things. Okay, so essentially the problem is I'm telling it to spawn. Okay. It's coming here. Nope, it's coming here. Movement. Turn on fighting mini boss. Okay, so that's just switch 142. I think what we can do is let's say additional branch. If the switch mini boss. So if mini boss dead is off, then turn on fighting mini boss. As soon as you've killed the mini boss, I want you to be able to leave the room and be able to come back because this is going to be where the exit is. So if mini boss dead is off, then when you come into this room, you will turn on fighting mini boss. So then over here, what we want to say, room in mini boss. So open this to an empty room. There's no need to enter the blood sacrifice. You see a well-constructed door ahead. Loud footsteps are heard pacing back and forth. In open door. Okay. Move forward to enter the room. Fight whatever might be inside, but be careful. Whatever is in there will keep you inside until it's dead. That needs to change. Okay. And 2 master actions. Unshowing monster. I'm going to fit this in here. I think what I want to do, because the switches we have is there's fighting mini boss dead, open mini boss door. Those are like the 3 switches we have. We can work with. I can add more, but like I feel like that's more than enough. I think what we're going to want to do is if we say additional branch, if the switch fighting mini boss is on, fighting mini boss is off. We should be able to take all of this, throw you in here. If fighting mini boss is on, which means you have entered the room, it should then do other things. If fighting mini boss is off, then you can do these other things. So you can show the dialogue, all 3 dialogue options. Showing monster. If 94 is greater than 0. Card decks. Buttons hit, buttons double down, buttons stand. Cards drawn equals 0. Set the deck. That's set in the hands. Okay, that sets up the deck. If 94 is less than 501, do this. I think we just want to say then, if you are then in the room, Don't loop. Don't loop. If you're in the room and if the switch fighting monster is on. The fighting monster is on and you're in that room, then set this. Okay. Are we going to get a flash screen? Who knows? Let's see what happens. Go to room 41. Tune. Okay, down there. Okay, so we got no flash screen, which means it's not even getting into that spot. So where is it cutting out? Something along here is causing it to just... Who knows? Okay, we don't need any of that stuff. Play location is not equal to starting exit room. So what if... So both of these should be true. I probably should have checked that. Actually, yeah, let's double check that. Let's check and see if that's correct. Those should both be on. Let's check. Uh, 32. Tune to the glyphs. Here. Okay, open the door. Go through. So, we have... Well, we need... Which switches was it again? It is... Fighting mini-boss, which is switch 142, is on. And if 100 is equal to 523, variable 103 is equal to 523. Is also 523 is also equal to 3. Okay, so both of those should be okay. So it should be fine because it's both of those are correct. So we're just not getting even to this spot. Okay, so that's fine. Where is the next if? If the monster... Okay. That's why. Because it hasn't technically spawned a monster yet. And so that it's not actually hitting that if statement. It's not passing the condition of that if statement. So, let's just freaking do this. Let's grab that. Go back over to here. Over to here. When you enter the mini-boss room, do all of that. Movement direction. Set these variables to that. Okay. That should spawn the mini-boss, which should then allow it to get into that spot, which should then allow it to freaking work. I hope. I really hope. Attune, all the way up there. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Open the door. Let's go inside. Yes! It's the mini-boss, everybody. It's the freaking floor guardian. He's there. He's alive. He is well. He's happy. Well, he's not very happy, but he's there. He's alive. As alive as a skeleton can be. Holy smokes. Okay. Finally actually spawning. Finally actually working. Oh my gosh. That's fine. It's fine. It's all right. Everything's good. Everything's good. Okay, let's hit. Let's stand. 12, 20. Of course he did. Oh, that's right. Adds 2% spike damage to yourself, which means it did 2 damage to him. Because as you can see, his health is now at 73. It was at 75. So that 2% is doing 2 damage to him. It's not bad. That is not bad for my spike damage. I mean, he's still going to kill me way before I'll take him out, but not bad. Down on a 19. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So mini-boss is finally working. Well, to the point where he spawns. Now we need to actually get the beautifulness of it going on. What's dexterity? So there's not really dexterity in this game now. There kind of is, kind of isn't. So basically the general idea for the way the dexterity is going to be playing in this game is you will have like dexterity saving throws. And so when you try to leave, like say, for example, if you try to leave combat, you will have to do a dexterity saving throw to be able to escape. You can't directly just like upgrade your dexterity, but there is a skill. Ignore the weird layering issue of the cards there. There is a skill, here, serpentine, increase your dodge chance. No. Swift evasion, increase your chances of escaping combat without being attacked. Escape chance. No, this one. Roll with the punches. Increase your dexterity saving throw. Dexterity saving throw +0 to +1. So, yeah. So basically, the general idea is you can upgrade that thing over there. I can't point to it because it goes off the screen. But the one that I'm hovering over, you can upgrade this one, and it will increase your dexterity saving throw, so you can actually escape combat. So that's what's going on there. I saw it in the info box from the spikes. Oh, yes. Yes. So there is I'm trying to remember where that was. Yeah, so basically eventually I do think I want to make it so that depending on your dexterity, you could also dodge traps. That is another thing that I do want to do. Because as of right now, to be able to dodge, or like, there's not really a way to dodge traps. It would just be disarming traps. That's like the only thing you could technically do as of right now. So I do want to make it so that you can actually dodge the traps if you fail to disarm them. I do want to do that. He's alive. He is alive. That is true. That is true. Okay. Show. Now, so decor is 11. So what is actually, what is the door? I do have this here. So backgrounds, player, inventory, POV. The room. The room is number 2. Door traps and exit is 3. Doors are 4. So we need to erase 3 and 4 and replace 2. Let's just erase 2, 3, 4. Shall we? I think we shall. I think we shall. So, over here, before it re-reveals the room, mini-boss. Show mini-boss. So it shows the mini-boss, and then we just need to erase pictures 2, 3, and 4. That should make it slightly better looking. And at this point, actually, I think we do want to turn off the room decor animation. Control switches. Find decor by previous decor animations. Let's turn off the decor animations. I don't know if they're going to get turned back on by anything. Shouldn't turn it on anywhere. Turn on decor animations. Okay, that's fine. Let's actually just put it out over here. Cut that. Then here, if you go into the mini boss's room, turn off decor animations. Yeah. There we go. Is anyone happy how Microslop treats its users? I'm not. I don't know a single person that's happy about that. They do not treat their users well. I will say that. Not kindly at all. And if I ever were to meet someone who actually enjoyed how Microsoft treats their users, I'd be genuinely shocked. Genuinely. I know a lot of people that have switched from Windows because they hate the company so much. It's fair. Okay, let's open the door, and if we go through, it should just show the mini-boss. Hey, look at that. It's just showing the mini-boss. Cool, cool. I think I want to move him down a bit, though. Why does he seem so high? He seems so high. Why is that? I don't like it. Let's come over here. $162. Is that where it shows the regular monsters too? $162? Interesting. Yep, that's me. But you like how Microsoft treats its customers? How could you? That's a 58, 54, 150. Crap, that's moving him up. Moving him up higher. 162. Let's see, 162, 166, 170. We can try 170. Give that a shot. Linux devs might be happy. Maybe. They maybe might be happy. I have thought about switching over to Linux a few times. Especially when my computer was having so many issues with it freezing, I was very tempted. And it's still, I still every now and then get blue screens of death. Like, I just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere, randomly, just blue screen of death. Not fun, not happy. Ah, crap. Forgot that I kind of have to change the monster animation as well.
Azera nerd turned Moonman into a chicken.
I done been turned into a chicken. I done be turned into the chicken. Okay, instead of doing that, actually, let's come down here. We're just gonna say 162. I'm just gonna freaking edit the frames. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I think that seems like it's going okay. Maybe. Oh, I'm an inverted chicken. Look at that inverted chicken. Oh, look at me. I'm inverted. Oh, actually, look at my background. There's no... Okay, there's a little bit there for a second. If I move my hand like that, you can then see it. But look, there's no weird, fuzzy things from the green screen. That's happy. Maybe one of these days I'll actually make the green screen better than it currently is. Maybe. No promises. Maybe. Okay, so let's, what was I gonna do? Oh, that's right. I forgot. I was going to, I need to come over here. I need to do this. Windows user problems. They really do. It took too much. Fry him. Please no. Please no. Don't fry the chicken. What? Oh my goodness. What the?
Chemist Nick just turned their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
Nick, I am so proud of you. Let me get over here. Let's go over to this spot right here. Oh boy. Oh boy. We get a little bit of dish and a little bit of, yeah, wait. I could have sworn you were in here. Is this your first? What? This is the first? Oh my goodness. I feel like it's been so long since we had a first. I halfway can't believe it. Congratulations. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Chemist Nick. Very nicely done. Let me just copy that and we're going to come over here and let me just get you added. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, I swear I'd added you before. But you're not in here. Anyway, well done. Congratulations. That is absolutely fantastic. Very nicely done. 10,000 channel points is absolutely wild to get, and I do appreciate you spending them to get your name in the credits. So thank you. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and you will now be in the credits. So yeah, very nicely done. Very nicely. That's my first use. Well, there we go. There we go. It's cool that the chicken gets inverted too. I did have to make sure that actually happened. It didn't at first, but then I fixed it. Infected chicken is cool for some reason. It's true. I do always love being a little bit of a infected chicken. Ooh, seamless green screen.
Moonman into a chicken.
Hey, look at that. I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken. Let's see here. Seamless green screen. I don't have to worry about freezing since I have a gaming laptop. Fair. That'll keep you warm. Quick, someone invert the chicken again. What? No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, do it. I'm stuck on 16 gig of RAM because I went cheap while building my last PC, and Windows 11 is not happy about that. I can run 2 tabs of Chrome on a good day. Oof. Tough times. Let's see. Woo! How do I get in there too? Well, Full Long Icicle. I will tell you this now. So basically, there's gonna be 2 ways to get into the Tomb of Vercilias credits. So there is this way, which is the channel point credit names. So there will be a special spot where it's basically just like a special thank you to everyone who watched long enough to be able to accrue this many points. So you know, so it's like, you know, there'll be the section of like everybody who has redeemed it, and then there will be like an MVP. There will basically be like a ranking for it, right? Kind of like highlighting how many points people spent and how much time it would have taken them to accrue that many points. So anyway, so that's how you get your name into here. I am also going to have essentially like a producer's credit as well for anyone who has either gifted subs or donated money, or, you know, whether it be bits on coffee, like whatever it is. I will at the end of all of this, I will go through and I'm gonna like try to get like a broad enough spread to where it's like I don't want someone to be like, oh, well, like, you know, I gifted, you know, 20 subs over the course of like your entire development process and I'm not in there, but not so broad that it's like, well, I donated 1 bit once, can I be a producer, kind of a thing. So I will be going through, and basically for people who donated in a significant way, like financially, I will have like a producer's credit as well. So you will definitely be in that producer's credit 100%. So if you're worried about not being in the credits at all, you're definitely in there. There's actually a handful of people that I already know I can confidently say will be in the credits.
Some random cheered 5 bits. Producer?
Exactly. Yes, so long as it's more than 1, you're gonna be in there. So anyway, yeah, so you will be in there, but that is redeem for the channel points. And so if you do redeem the channel point for name in the credits, then you will get your name in the credits. I will be shocked if anyone can eventually outpace Loki. Loki is currently at 18 times in the credits, which means Loki spent 18,000.
69 bits.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You're definitely in the credits now. Use 18,000 channel points to be able to get their name in the credits 18 times. So crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Anyway, so that's the way you'll be able to get your name in the credits. So if you want to do it, name of the credits, there is the channel points. Or again, like I am going to be going through towards the end and just kind of being like, you know, I don't know if it's either going to be like a threshold of like how much has someone donated, or it'll be like the top 10 highest donators to like the channel as a whole, across like all platforms. So this would be anyone who's donated or like done channel channel memberships on YouTube, gifted subs, bits, donations through coffee, all sorts of stuff. So there definitely will be like the producer tab. So do not worry about that. You will definitely be in there. I'm also, this is not anything like, this is not me saying any one way or the other. I may also be potentially looking into doing a Kickstarter for the full release of Tomb of Vercilias. So once we get the demo done and it's live and people can go and download it and play it, I may put together a Kickstarter to be like, hey, let's get this thing across the rest of the finish line. Here's a free demo if you want to give it a shot, and then here's what the full version is going to look like. And there may be also another credit section for Kickstarter backers. If we go that way, I may just end up just finishing the game one way or the other. So again, not saying it's going to be one way or the other, but there also may be that as well. Let's see here. Wow, there are so many messages. How do I get there to, let's see, this is my first use. Maybe try a Windows debloater script. There's a bunch of tutorials. I may actually try that as well. But yeah, actually does do that. That may be a good way to go. I saw that some debloaters are not set up right. True. You do need to be very careful about the debloaters. Some of them, I have heard horror stories of them like deleting things you actually need. And then it deletes the things you would need to replace those things, and you just have to like reinstall Windows. No bueno. No bueno there. I can't invert you after that. I think there is a cooldown for the inversion. I should probably make sure that I need to make sure that the channel points that actually kind of correlate with each other need to be on the same cooldown times. I should probably do that. Should make a chicken or 2 dungeon enemies in your dungeon game. That would actually be really cool. I think I absolutely should do that. Oh my goodness, I'm an inverted chicken. Look at me. Look at me. I'm an inverted chicken. Look at that cursed chicken right there. I mean, sorry, I should say buck, 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 buck. Anyway, I've used a bunch without issues personally. Windows 11 debloat is extremely popular and tested. I may need to give that a shot because there's a chance. There's a chance it could maybe make my computer run even better. I see it has to be a collab effort. True, a little bit. Oh no, I got you next time for long. I'm at 14K now. I can donate 1 bit. Watch me. Well, funny enough, when it comes to the 1 bit, because I know you also, I know you did mention the 1 bit. So I used to allow all bits, and I also made it so that if you donated any bits, it would send a message. I turned it off because of a certain someone who was spamming with a lot of 1 bits, which, don't get me wrong, I was very grateful for. Very grateful for the 1 bits. But it did become a lot of spamming, so I had to up it. I had to up it to 5. Because, you know. And he still likes to do the 5s. And it's great. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. Next time I clean install, I'll use NVMe. I really wanted to donate 1 bit for the bit, but mine is 5. I'm sorry, some red dev, I'm sorry. Definitely producer, though. Definitely producer. So yeah, 69 bits, which I do appreciate. Thank you, thank you.
Footlonger Sickle just cheered a whopping 420 bits. This must be better than 69.
That is true. 420 is way better than 69. And I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Holy smokes. I do appreciate those bits. So thank you, Footlonger Sickle. You are too kind, and I salute you. Thank you. Definitely on the producer tier. I can't share 1 bit for some reason. You mean 1,800,000. Not 18,000. 180K. Was it 180K? I know my brain is tired. Okay, that's not. I know my brain is tired, but, oh, hey, look at that. Run. Calculator. Yeah, because it was 18. You're right. For some reason in my brain, I was thinking it was 1,000, not 10. Even though I said 10,000, my brain was like, yeah, 18 times 1,000. You're right. 180,000. 180,000 points. Probably a minimum. Definitely. Yeah, definitely a minimum. Also, DV Somiel, welcome. Glad you're here. Not 18,000, 180,000. True. Wait, did Footlong take my number 3 bit donate spot? He did. He absolutely did. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, some Randev. I'm just messing with you. I'm already in the credits. Appreciate. I mean, wait, you are? You definitely will be in the producers, 100%. No, you must backwards. Quab. I guess that's true. If I am inverted, I do need to say quab instead of bach. If you're inverted, why you not upside down? Good point. I just created my new wallpaper. Ooh. Well, I'm going now. Bye, Chemist Nick. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you hopefully on the Thursday stream. 420 must be better than 69 at 100%. Albuquerque jump scare. No, not the Albuquerque jump scare. Likewise, I salute you. I did what? I mean the stream credits, which I kind of like now. Yeah. You definitely 100% are in the stream credits. That is for sure. You are in there. I want to see if I may potentially change up my stream setup again in the near-ish future. Maybe. Maybe. And I think I may add some kind of like spot to like run a credit esque thing, or maybe even not, because I do have like the spotlight up there, up above the chat. I might do something there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. He's alive. Yep, that's me. No, I switched. Wait, what? What was you, Nix? What was you? What was you? And you switched. How'd you switch? I may need a little bit more context because I can't remember what I was talking about there. Well, I'm glad to be part of something cool. I'm glad that you think this is cool. That is an honor so much to hear that you think this is cool and that you're actually proud to be a part of it. So thank you. I do appreciate that. I mean, I think it's cool, but then when I try to explain it to people, I instantly am just like, does this even sound interesting at all? So I'm glad that you think it's cool, and I'm glad that you like it. So thank you, thank you. That's what I was doing. It finally hit me. I was coming in here, and I was gonna do 12. I think 12 pixels down is good. I think that should be good. So 12 down, 12 down, and 12 down. Okay. That should be better. So he shouldn't have his name up in the freaking name. He shouldn't have his head up in his name. That's a sentence. That is a sentence that I said, and it means things if you know what I'm talking about. Oh boy. Let's see how broken this thing is. See, don't you think we need a different transition animation? I just feel like if you're trying to like run around the tomb really quickly, it feels odd. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It feels slightly better. I think I'm gonna move them down another 12 pixels though. I should have kept all those open. That's my bad. Why would I close them again? Makes no sense. Yeah, so 12. 12. 12. 12. Okay. Now that should be better. Yeah, he should be slightly lower in the room, so his head shouldn't be quite as high. And then we need to get the actual, more of the actual combat working with him. Because obviously, we can come in here and we can open the door, we can go inside. We could technically, that feels better. He feels more centered in like the void that is this place. Oh, that is another thing. We do need to come in here, and I do need to find, I think it's just called room. We got room 0, room exit. Now we need to go in here. Let's select you and turn off contiguous, however you pronounce it. And let's delete all of that. It should just be a platform. I don't know if this is going to feel good or not. I'm trying to decide. But we'll see. This one we're going to call... let's just call this the Room MB. Yeah. Room MB. Back over here. So we need room... Dungeon UI. Base. Where's that actually showing the room, though? RTG spawn. Room. There we go. So let's grab that whole normal thing right there. So instead of deleting the picture, instead of deleting picture number 2, we're just going to say script. We're going to show room MB. Okay. I think that might feel slightly better. Yeah, that was better. Def needs a background of some sort, I think, too. But backgroundless, when every other enemy has a background, might make it feel more scary, you know? True. And that's where, like, I wanted to feel... Because, like, obviously, you know, you're going through this room, because, like, everywhere else, like, you can just literally just wander throughout everywhere else, right? And so it is kind of being set apart by the fact that you have to... One, you have to unlock the door. And then once you actually unlock and open the door, you then have to actually go through the door. I do kind of like just having the floor, though. I think eventually, I don't know if it's going to be like this in the demo, but I think eventually what I want to do is I want to add it to the point where I want to have a better opening animation, right? Like maybe like you enter it, it's just a black void for like a second or two, and then like the floor kind of fades in, and then like the mini boss, I don't know, shakes in or something. Something dramatic, right? Something dramatic. The mini boss just kind of like comes in, maybe fades in, I don't know, something like that. But just something to like make it feel more imposing, right? Like the mini boss comes out of nowhere, and then you start fighting him. And that's kind of where I'm thinking about maybe doing something like that. So, yeah. Now we need to get. I want to get it so you can actually leave the room. It's going to be kind of the same thing here. So if you try to move down, over here, if you try to move up, don't allow movement, don't allow movement, don't allow movement. This is going to go right here. So this is going to be a comment. Leaving, active, or leaving. Floor. I need to start actually calling them the floor guardians. Leaving floor guardian room. So you can only leave the floor guardian room by moving down. Kind of what we want to go for right there. Move into floor guardian room. So we need to take into consideration a couple of different things. We need... What do we need? So there's going to be a couple different ways that we have to track a couple different things. As of right now, when you move into here, I want you to be able to leave if how am I going to do that? I think, let's just grab this, because we're going to need some of this stuff, right? Leaving the floor guardian. I guess let's grab you and put you in here. Leaving the floor guardian room. We don't need to turn off dialogue, so I don't think we need that. I guess we can turn off fighting mini-boss by default. What's actually handling the you leaving? Is it all handled here? True monster is greater than 0. Swift evasion skill check. Okay, so we do need to say first. Swift evasion skill check. We're on saving throw. So we do need to take this. I threw in some stuff in your art channel because I just remembered I did a fake dungeon thing a while ago too. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna have to go take a look at that. As soon as I figure out what's going on here. So, what's going on here? I have no idea. I just unplug it. Open it. Close it. I don't know. I'll just put that there. So, sorry. Leave that like that. Okay. Yeah, so we need to do a skill check. No, this is important to figure out. Not trying to interrupt your flow you got going on. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, definitely will be taking a look. Because I do want to see. Yeah, so I think we just want to say random number 4, 1 and 6. I don't know. Swift evasion skill check. Oh. And that's one of the skills. Come over here to the skill tree. Swift evasion. Increase your chances of escaping combat without being attacked. Escape chance. That gets increased. Kind of a weird... Actually, that's working. This is setting variable 920 to be a random number between 1 and 6. And then if that random number is greater than that dex skill save throw. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that's an old thing right there. Maybe. I do so much art, I forget what I do all the time. That's fair. I mean, if you're doing that much, then that would make sense that you do forget sometimes. But hey, I would say it's better to do too much art than not enough. So we do need to do a skill check. I don't know what's going on here, though. What? So if the player... And if 71 is true, what is variable 71? Monster or item? Oh, that's a switch. 71. Switch 71 is true, which is opened mini-boss door. If the door is open, and if 72 is false, mini-boss dead. I think as of right now, all we're gonna do... Good old random sounds.
Axel _ Benedict wants Moonman to do 10 bicep
Oh
curls.
boy, here it comes.
Axel _ Benedict wants Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
Well, we got the trifecta right here.
Axel _ Benedict just redeemed Stretch.
Let's see here. But yes, I'll definitely be doing the trifecta. I'm gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna take a look at art from Protocap, and then we're gonna do the trifecta. Let's see. Whoop.
Axel _ Benedict cheered 5 bits.
Thank you for the bits.
Sup nerds, how's it going? I'm working on my music while playing Dead by Daylight to not get bored of idle lol.
That's fair. That is fair. That is a good game to play. I do like some good old Dead by Daylight. See, Celsul Droma says, why not use Godot, bro? That is a great question. 1, because I don't know it. 2, because I started this project not using Godot, and so switching would be a bit of a pain. I would basically have to redo everything from scratch in Godot, which I already don't know Godot, and so I'd have to learn Godot and then start all of this from scratch. It just wouldn't go well. I know that none of this seems that efficient, but trust me, if I had to redo all of this in Godot and learn Godot, it would take so much longer. I promise. But it is a great question. That is an absolutely fantastic question. Because that's not what he started with. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point. Springtrap main, by the way, having so much fun. I am so bad at spring, especially Springtrap. So bad. I mean, I'm bad at being any of the villains, whatever they're called in the game. I'm so bad at being any of them. Even bought the yellow rabbit skin so I can have a middle-aged man jump scare. I like it. Good products never look pretty on the inside. I mean, that is also a fair point. If you ever want to see something that would look good from the outside but not the inside, take basically any sewn clothing, whether it be shirts, pants, whatever it may be, and flip it inside out. Generally, the stitch work is not going to be great on the inside. And that's what we got right here. Not great stitch work on the inside, but hopefully on the outside, it'll look like an immaculate masterpiece. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Good day, Moonwood. Good day to you as well. I do appreciate you being here. And I do appreciate the question too. Don't get me wrong. I 100% understand that, like, everything that I'm doing in here could have been done probably 20 times easier in Godot, in Game Maker, in basically any other engine that's not Scratch. I probably could have done it way easier in those engines. But one, I was not anticipating this project growing like it did. And two, again, I don't know the other engines. So I would have to learn the engine first, and then I can move on to making games. So I'm hoping that one day I will be able to spend the time to actually learn how to use Godot so I can do things like this easier. But I can sew. You can do both sides pretty if you really want, but it's a lot of work usually. True. Yeah, true. I'm not saying you can't make the inside look beautiful. It's just more often than not, if you flip like a shirt or a pair of pants or something like that inside out, the stitching on the inside is going to usually look not as good as what's on the outside. Because, that's where you can make up for the mistakes you made while stitching everything together. All right, so we need this to actually roll the dice and run the check. So we just need to say, if you're leaving the Floor Guardian room, I still don't know what's going on here with this random number. I'll figure it out later. I think we can just grab all of this. Copy that. Sewing and stitching are paramount to my skydiving and base jumping gear. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If you're going to be skydiving and base jumping, you definitely want to make sure your gear is in good working order. / fix it when it's not in good working order. There you go. There you go. Even the chickens agree. They all jumped for it. Chicken dinner. Got a winner right here. Winner. Okay. So I think if I put this here, swift evasion skill check. So we should be able to check for all of that. Do the whole thing. Turn on monster attack opportunity. Turn on saving throw. Okay. Then at this point, turn off fighting mini boss. Do all of that. Move direction equals 1. We don't want to spawn the monster in mini boss room. And we want to control variable. We want to set the current room monster to be equal to -1. I think. But there are some sides that are not pretty and nobody really cares. My point being, sorry. No, you're good. You're good. No, I get it. And that is true. You can definitely make it look good with enough, extra work and effort. Yeah, no, they're totally fine. You do not feel the need to ever say sorry about like pointing things out like that. So a lot of times too is that like points will be made and for some reason they'll just go straight over my head. So if that's the case, if that happens, don't ever feel like that's on you. That is on me for not being able to have it not go over my head. So yeah, totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. So at this point then, we turn on B. What else do we need to turn off? Over here on page 4. If the starting exit room was the player's location. Fighting mini-boss is off. We just need to make sure that we turn off 142. Yeah. So is that it? Just make sure that 142 gets turned off. Should right here. Erase all that stuff. Labyrinth direction. Current room monster set to minus. So we shouldn't. So we need to copy current room info, a room DB, and that's what we need. So we need to, before we set the current room monster to equal -1, we need to put you to that. So what is it set? If there's no monsters, does it set it to 0 or -1? I can't remember. Current room monster. Current room monster is equal to -1. Monster -1. Okay. So -1 means there is no monster. So we would want to set current room monster to equal -1. So it moves all that info back to where it should be. Sets the current room monster to be equal -1. Turn on B, exit event processing, which means it should skip over all of this. Location, movement direction, turn on B. Okay, so it just skips over all that. Cool. Talk is cheap, it always has been. Wait, it would never go over your head. I feel like you'd catch it. You'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. You only need to make certain things perfect. Everything else can be just good, no matter the negative chatter. That is a very good point. Talk is cheap and has always been. True. True. Okay. If we go over here, and we open the door, and then we go inside. We now have the mini-boss. Now what happens if we try to leave? Doesn't allow me. Crap. Why? My guess is Blackjack, exit door puzzle, D, trap puzzle 2, trap puzzle 1, picked up. Fighting mini-boss is off. That's what I thought. All right, let's cut all of that and let's just put that there because I may have to put that back in there. I may. Yeah, so I did set it so where you couldn't leave the room, but I think we're going to change that now. I think we're going to change it to where you can leave the room, but the mini-boss will heal. The mini-boss will be fully recovered if you leave the room, but I almost feel like I want to do that just so you can... I want you to be able to leave, right? Originally, it kind of made sense. You couldn't leave, but at this point, I'm like, you know what? No. I'm going to make it so you can leave once you're in here with the mini-boss. Now, if I try to move up, that is what I thought. Okay, so, Okay, let's go take a look at art. And then we're going to do the trifecta. And I think that was it. If there's something else that we were waiting on, let me know. Let's get back in here to art and let's see what we got. Here we go. Oh my, what, whoa. Oh my goodness. There's so much. Holy smokes, there's so much. All right, let's see here. Your boy felt nostalgic and decided to make a scratch dungeon crawler. Ooh. Ooh. I like that. I like that. And that is impressive. Love the artwork. Looks absolutely fantastic. A freaking floating skull. Terrifying. Attack, gems, magic. Oh my gosh. The Skull King is the boss. Here are the other basic enemies and Old Man in. Ooh. That is a good looking slime. I like that slime. Love that. Love him. Love him. Love the little mushroom guy. Oh. Oh. Look at that old man. That's a good looking old man. Very nice work. Oh my gosh. This looks so freaking good. You are killing it. I took the mock-up you made and I ran with it. I mean, looks fantastic. That is such a vibe. I agree. 100% is a vibe. I'm super proud of opening the cutscene. I'm super proud of opening the cutscene. 1980X. The crystal ball comes to life and you're falling into a new world. Ooh. I like that. That is really cool. Everybody's dropping down the pit. That is fantastic. I love that. Ooh. Watch out. Stop. Stop. You violated the law. I like that. That is beautiful. Absolutely fantastic stuff right there. Looks good. I would agree. I would agree. It looks good. What do we got, Cameron? If you try and swim the other way, then you'll never let you see another day. But I've been there before. It's been a soldier. That's not soldier. Soldier in this war? Oh, is that an L? Soldier in this war. If you take it in your... This is a very difficult font to read, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, I kind of struggle with cursive anyway. That is a rough font to read. I liked the beginning though. I said a few things a while ago that I thought were funny. Oh! That's pretty good. I do like that. What is happening here? I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a good looking bathroom. But I don't know what's going on. Oh my god. The dungeon is quiet. That is fantastic. I like that. Merfolk Hustler attacks. That is quite the hustlerly looking hustler. And I like it. This reminded me of it. This looks amazing. He really is. His art is great. It's true. It's true. Absolutely fantastic. Protocap. Beautiful. Fusing Moonwood with Moonway to be fun. It's true. It's true. And I like it. It's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Okay, now we've got the trifecta that was redeemed now 15 minutes ago. Let's get on that, and then I'm going to continue on, and we're gonna get this freaking mini boss working. I was gonna say even if it takes us all night, but that'll be a bridge we cross when we get there. Okay, here we go. Alright, now it goes. 10 on the clock. Count them with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. And time for the chest benders. Here we go. Count them with me. 10 on the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And time for a good stretch. Oh, here we go. Let's go to the right this time. Here we go. And then to the left. And backwards. Oh. Oh, thank you for that, Axel. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. While I was standing, it actually reminded me that I got a thing recently on Amazon. I felt like it was very fitting for the stream, and maybe one day when I have an actual office, I will hang it up in the background, but, whoop, no, come on. There we go. I guess it is reversed, but it says, eat, sleep, blackjack, repeat. Felt like it was fitting. Felt like it was fitting for the stream, so there we go. If it would stop, disappear. If I tilt it too far forward, it disappears. And if I bring it back, then it's there. If I move it, oh, yeah, that's terrible. Anyway, good times. I felt like it was very appropriate given, you know, the state of the streams and all that fun stuff. Oh, let's see, especially giving today's aspirations about our moon. We could also use some kind of redeem to howl at the full moon. Like you mean it. Maybe. The easiest way to get blacklisted from Vegas, in my honest opinion. Eat, sleep, blackjack, repeat. I can see it. Absolutely. Okay, everybody. All right. Okay, so where were we? Crap. I told myself that I was gonna remember. Now I forgot. I remember that, like, we came across something that I was like, oh, actually, I think I know what I'm gonna do to fix this thing. And now I'm like, wait, what was it again? What was happening? Of course he's over there. Okay, so we open the door, we go inside, there's the mini-boss, happy days. Now, if we try to leave, it should roll a dice, and then take us back to the thing. So it rolls the dice. That's right. Now I remember. So we do, technically that is, we're getting close. We're getting very close. If I come down here, we should actually just grab that. If you try to move down, rolls the dice, turns off fighting mini boss. We should actually also then be able to do a little bit of dish. Just be able to say false, false, false. Get rid of those. We may still need to erase some pictures. Maybe. Oh, wait. I think that's another thing. We need to turn off monster animation. Spawned monster. So I think 13 would still be on. Yes, I think we want to turn off spawned monster. Not spawned dungeon. Spawned monster. Turn off spawned monster. Okay, that way it won't animate the monster anymore. I think that's why the monster popped back up. And it also popped up the cards again because it was still animating the next hand. Okay, let's come over here, over there, open the door, go through. If I were to go back, it should do a little bit of dish. Should roll the dice. Let me leave. Why are you still doing your thing? I told you to turn off the ting. It turns all those off. Turns off spawning monster. If you press up. Wait, no. You're down, you're left, you're up. Move into floor guardian room. So turning on fighting mini boss. 142. Are we turning that off? Yes, that's turned off. Wait. Yeah. Where's those pictures? Spawn mini boss in mini boss room. Turns on B. Animations. I guess I could also make sure that those are turned off. Spawn monster rare to turn off. Draw cards? I don't know if we even use draw cards anymore. Pretty sure that was all for the old stuff. I'm pretty sure we don't need that anymore. Okay. So it's not draw cards. Something is turning this all back on. It is looping through again. So if you press down to leave, what do we got? Leaving floor guardian room. Those checks. Does the skill check. Movement direction is 1. Copy current room info. Room database. Okay. Current monster, set it to equal -1. But what else do we need though? You're moving in. Turns on fighting mini boss. Direction 3. Spawn mini boss in mini boss room. Turn on B. I think the problem is then when we get over here, then just saying fighting mini boss is off. The mini boss. Oh, wait, are we turning this off? 142? I don't know if we're turning off 142. We are turning off 142. Dang it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Showing monster. If
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Hey Moonman, want a sneak peek at one of the songs from my album? I finished one of them just now and figured I'd give this exclusive Moonman live viewing of the song.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to throw it over in a DM, I will pull it up. We can give it a listen. Okay. My monster. Current room greater than 0, which we're setting it to be -1. But it's possible something else is setting it back to that. All of that happens. mean, I guess maybe... Let's just go in and check and see. Cannot set property name of undefined. That's all. Can I read property Y of undefined? Can I read property name of null? Definitely something just weird on this screen, though. I'll need to figure out what's going on there. That is an issue for another day, though. For now, we're focusing on this. Let's see what we can get here. 14. Okay. The door. Come in here. Now, let's check and see. It should be variable. The current room monster is 505. Now, if I try to leave, still 505. Still 505. Okay. There's something else that is setting it all back. This is setting current room monster to equal negative. And if we flash the screen here, I just want to make sure we flash right there. We should be at -1. But I think there's something else that's coming through here and then resetting it back to be the mini boss. Door, go through. If I try to leave, flash the screen. Here we go. Current room monster 505. What? Did I have it flash the screen before it changes it? It did. Okay, I'm just gonna wait until it just barely finishes. The current room monster is equal to 0. That is not what I'm telling it to set. It flashes the screen. That's current room monster to equal 1. And then we turn on B, exit event process. Okay. Player icon. Delete monster / player hands. Okay. $90, 93 through 96 goes to 0. I love the screen flash debug meta. I know it's probably not the best way to go about it, but I don't know why in my head it helps so much because I can just see where I'm at. I know it's literally the exact same as just like having it print, right? Like just adding a comment to the console, but I don't know. It helps me so much. I don't know why. Okay, so this is already setting it. Yeah, because in here, this sets it to be -1. So I guess technically we don't need it to be -1. I think -1 means you've killed the monster. The song's been set though? Okay, alright. We will pull it up in just a second. So 93 through 96, which would be the current room layout, monster, item 1, item 2. So it sets them all to 0, as we would need. Down, do that. If you're left, if you're right, if you are up. Okay. Now over here, I believe this is where it's actually having issues, because it's basically respawning everything. Add new room, DB, info, current room. I think it's this guy right here. So this is the problem, and we need to have it skip over it if you've opened the door, walked through, but then walked back. So you're not actually changing your physical location. It's literally just... Okay, what are we gonna do here? Oh, why have I set it up in such a weird way? I know why I set it up in such a weird way. I shouldn't have set it up in such a... I set it up this way so you could have the mini-boss be in any of the rooms. It didn't necessarily have to be a room you couldn't go forward on. But still. Still. Okay. You move into the floor guardian room. Turns on fighting mini boss. Direction. Spawn mini boss. Turns on B. We can't say that just if fighting mini boss is off. Maybe if we say 142. Yeah, so maybe if we say instead if fighting mini boss off, game switches dot value 142. See, Distron says, what? Hey everyone, hello, welcome. Glad you're here. How you doing? How's your day going so far? How's it been? Because it was 142, right? I'm a little sick, but otherwise getting by. I'm sorry, a little sick, but hopefully you will be feeling better soon. But I'm glad to hear that you're getting by. How about you? I am doing great. Just, you know, trying to make progress, trying to, I don't know, get through. But doing great though. Diva Zomia says, I knew a horse that loved saying that when it found a bale. Oh. I knew a horse that loved saying that when it found a bale. A bale of hay. Thank you, Diva Zomia. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so we want this to copy the info. That took me a minute. It took me a minute too. Don't worry, it took me a minute too. I was like, what? What? What are you speaking of? Why? Sorry, I've got a I bought like this this cheap set of like wireless mics just to test out, and when I close the case, you would expect the display to turn off after a while, but it just doesn't, and it's like I'm gonna flip it backwards so that I don't have to look at it so it doesn't drive me crazy. Okay, so we want this to happen at all other times except for except for if the door is open. Find open. Open mini boss door. 71. So do this if 71 is equal to wait. Okay, so we want to say if the door is open, true, and why have I set it up this way? So my copy of the Games Factory back from LGR the other day. I'm so glad to have it back in my collection. I bet that feels really good. So wait, did you lend a copy of the Games Factory to LGR? That's pretty cool. Was that one of the ones he reviewed? I may have to go back and rewatch that episode. Kind of fun though. I like that. Okay. Let me think this one through. Because I want this to happen in every single room and when you enter the mini boss room. This is not going to work. You want to say... I originally donated it to him to make a video on, but he never got around to reviewing it. There, okay, that's, I guess that's why I don't remember it. After his house got destroyed, I reached out to see if it survived. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I honestly, like, everything that he went through, I'm just, I mean, obviously, losing your house, devastating anyway, but to have all that stuff to have potentially lost, like, that kind of stuff, so much of it irreplaceable. Like, obviously, like, I know there's a lot of, like, that could be applied to a lot of personal things, but when it's stuff that's like, that is that old, like, oh, terrifying to have potentially lost all. Well, that is very kind of you to have reached out and offered it to him. Very, very kind. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get this figured out anytime soon. So Axel, I'm gonna pull up your song because I'm just, yeah, this is hurting my brain, hurting the brain. So we're just gonna come over here. Let's see here. Sneak peek, EBD. All right, I'm going to pause this. I'm gonna turn on this right here, and then we're going to hit play. All right. This is one of the tracks for the album, yeah? Liking it. I'm liking it. Very smooth. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna keep listening to it as I continue here, trying to get things figured out. Yeah, this is good. This is a good song. Okay. I just cannot think of like what I'll be able. I don't know. I don't know what conditions we're gonna be able to use to like not have it reapply all this stuff. Have you actually heard of the Games Factory? Most people haven't. It's the one where you can like make your own games, right? I think I've heard of it. I've never used it. The Games Factory. This one? Shortened to TGF is a successor project to Click and Play, developed by Europress. Now known as Click Team. It is a sister product to Click and Create. The software was released in 1996 and is available in 2 editions, Home and Pro. The Games Factory, the world's first power tool to create your own computer. Oh, hey, look at that. To create your own computer games. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, it's a game authoring tool. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, so I have heard of it. I've seen stuff about it, but again, like, yeah, I've never actually used it, unfortunately. Axel, that was absolutely fantastic. I am very, very excited for this album. Holy smokes. Yeah, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, keep it up. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens. Okay, so that's okay, something like that. Yeah, beautiful stuff, Axel. Okay, so let's come over here to there, to there. There we go. That's really cool. You've got a copy though. I'm very jealous. Like I have some cool copies of things, but nothing quite that cool. I know I've shown this off on stream before. Like I've I've got the original. Well, kind of original. I mean, yeah, original. So I have the original 5 1/4 floppy of Microsoft Windows. Like, you know, actual Microsoft Windows. Like, no, you know, any addition on there. Just this is Microsoft Windows. So it's the first. Oh, it's the I think it was like the first. Yeah, 1985 to 1990. Yeah, so this is for the DOS system version 3.1. Yeah, so this was their very first like graphical interface of Windows. Like version 1.0? Yes, like version 1.0. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. So I've got all 7 discs for that, and then I also have an installer. Like this one's not as cool because it's not as original. But I do have an installer for MS-DOS 6.2. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, so MS-DOS 6.2. So that's pretty exciting stuff right there. Yeah, so definitely more exciting to have the original Microsoft Windows. Oh, yeah. Good freaking times. I have no idea. I highly doubt that these discs work at all anymore. But, yeah. So, good times there. I actually, speaking of LGR, funny enough, I had a very old computer. I honestly can't even remember the name of it anymore. Actually, because now it's gonna bother me if I don't remember it. I need to check really quickly. Check for LGR. There we go. Computer donation. So it was the Radio Shack TRS-80 Model 3. So I used to have one, and I am so very sad that I got rid of it when I moved. I was like, I have no use for this. I might as well just get rid of it. Yeah, so it's the Radio Shack TRS-80 Model 3. So this was 1980s personal computer. Yeah, this guy right here. So I had one of these from my dad, and it was so cool. And then I was moving, and I was like, I don't need this. Like, it's taking up space. I didn't have a place to put it that was going to like actually be able to have it be safe. I was like, well, yeah, I was like, it's just going to be, put in a storage container, but it wasn't like a temperature temperature controlled storage container. It was just, so I was like, this is not going to survive sitting in a storage container, because it was like during the winter, and I live in Utah, and so like it gets crazy cold here.
Benedict says, thank you so much. I was busy and couldn't respond, but yeah, so am I. There's so many ideas I have for this album.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, you are cooking. You are cooking with it. Oh yeah, absolutely fantastic. I will buy those diskettes off you. Name the price. I would have to look up how much they're selling for. I don't know. It also is a little bit difficult because like there are some things that I like got from my dad before he passed away, and like a bunch of like this old tech is that stuff. And so like it would be a little bit more difficult to part with some of the stuff, but I do have a handful of stuff that I don't necessarily need, but I also don't want to like just like donate it or throw it away. But I'm also kind of lazy to like sell it online. So I don't know. Maybe if you're serious, I might look into how much something like that would run. And again, I have no idea if these things actually even work anymore. Not a clue. Not a freaking clue. They maybe have been destroyed over the many years that they have been in existence. So, I mean, why would they have failed? Were they in the sun for a while? No, but a lot of this stuff that I used to have, all the stuff that I have, my dad used to basically just keep them in boxes in our garage. And again, not temperature controlled or anything like that, for just decades, honestly. And so they've just been not necessarily directly exposed to the elements, but they've been just like sitting in not good environments. So I don't know, maybe they're still fine. But anyway, so they very well could be fine. But I don't have a computer to test them on, because I no longer have my my Tandy TRS-80, unfortunately, very much so, unfortunately. With the CRT built in, right? Yes, yeah, 100%. Like this was the actual unit that I had, was this guy right here. Like this was the actual like built-in everything. It was so cool. Although this up here was a second disk drive, so slightly different than this one. Yeah, so it had two floppy drives. But other than that, yeah, it was this exact same model. So it was really cool, really cool. But again, I was like, I have no need for this. I have no room for this. I don't want to get destroyed. And so I ended up just like donating it to like a Goodwill. And I was like, you know what? Maybe someone else will find it, and it will be the absolute thing of their dreams. They'll be like, yes, I've been looking for this. And hopefully it went somewhere great. I hope. I really hope so. So that was one I actually did message LGR about, and I was like, hey, do you have any use for this? And he was like, I appreciate it, but I actually have like 3 of those things, so no. so anyway, so it instead just went to a thrift store, and hopefully someone will make good use of it. Man, 6.22 was my first DOS. Not bad. Yeah, so I didn't start on DOS. But my first Windows was Windows 3.1, and so like I did technically use DOS quite a bit. Yeah, so 3.1 was where I started. Let's see. I mean, why would they? Yeah, Sun for a while. The CRT. Thank you for so much. Still remember int 21H by heart. If it's your dad's, I won't infringe upon that. Cheers. No, you're good. Like honestly, again, like they will. I'm gonna have them just to have them, and so. I could very well I may look into and see how much they're kind of going for, like on eBay and stuff like that, and then maybe see like, because I wouldn't want to like make you pay more just because it's something that like means more to me. And so like I wouldn't want to be like, oh well, you know, if they're going for like $100 or something like that on eBay, I'm not gonna say, all right, I'm gonna charge you $200 because they mean more to me. So I'll take a look and see, and just kind of see like if it would be at a threshold that I would actually be like, you know what, if it would mean more to you than to have that money, then I would. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. The Raider Shack, where I started game dev. Oh, what an experience. Sudden magnetism / radiation are the worst for the tape. It's probably fine then. Temperature alone should not be an issue though. Well, then it's probably fine. Probably fine. I just need to actually, you know, find a 5 1/4 inch floppy reader so that I can actually, you know, read them and see if they're still working. I hope so. Win.com for the win. He kept that for a reason, I bet. No, he was just a hoarder. So, Yeto!
Welcome, Yeto, and your 4 amazing audience members.
Thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. We're just chatting. Old tech is about all we're doing right now. I was working on the game, and I'm just running into so many freaking roadblocks. I just don't know if I can get to the end of this. So we're just kind of, you know, talking old tech, talking about stuff. We were bringing up, you know, just kind of old stuff we have. I have the original copy of Microsoft Windows, not Windows 3.1, not some. It's Windows, the first one. So good times there. We were talking about old computers and all sorts of fun stuff. So, yeah. Welcome. Glad you're here. How'd your stream go? Also, really quickly, if you have to raid and run, totally understandable. No worries at all. But I do appreciate the raid, which actually, really quickly, I'm going to, let's do a shout out. Here we go. At Yeto. Thank you so much for the raid. I do appreciate that. And huge shout out to Yeto. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, but again, if you got a raid and run, no worries at all. Totally understandable. But yeah, so we're just kind of chatting a little bit about old technology and stuff like that before the end of the stream. Just kind of hanging out and having a good time. But yeah, how'd your stream go? Hopefully it went well. Stream was all right with fighting to getting a roof to render on the house. Worst. That's the worst. Well, hopefully you either made some progress or you'll be able to make some progress soon. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. There was Windows 3.11 with work. Actually, I had no idea. 3.1. I mean, I guess I never knew the exact version that I was using. Oh my goodness, what the?
Footlonger Sickle gifted a tier 1 subscription to Yeto.
Thank you so much for that gifted sub. I appreciate it. And congratulations, Yeto, on the gifted sub. Very nice, very nice. Fully Icicle. You do not have to do that, but I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. But yeah, so back in the day when I was using 3.1, I was not aware enough to know what versioning was, and so I knew that it was version 3.1, and that's all I knew. So, you know, that's all I had going on there. I'm trying to decide what game to make in Games Factory for my stream. Right now, I'm learning, leaning towards a hack and slash type game. That would be really cool. I can get behind that 100%. You should absolutely do that. Let's see here. It'll be next week issue. Right now, the roof bisects the house. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. And honestly, sometimes you just gotta push it off to next week. 3.11, sorry. Oh, yeah. 3.11. 3.1 is not equal to 3.11. Like a big difference. Oh, yeah. 3.11. Yeah, so 3.1 is not equal to 3.11. That is a big difference. That is a very big difference. 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I may look into it. Now I wonder. So 5.25 inch original Windows. Oh, okay, all right. Well, that is that's what I figured was gonna happen. Okay, just let me freaking go there, Google. Jeez. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. So this is Windows 3.0. What if we just go like Microsoft Windows 1.0, 5.25 inch floppy. So Windows 3.0. Like I am very certain. Yeah, it's just Microsoft Windows. Graphical environment. There's a lot of 3.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0. MS-DOS 6. I think that's the one I've got. MS-DOS 6.2. I mean, it's even possible they might not even have it on here. Yeah, because that very clearly... To say the version, though. I mean, obviously, there's, you know, it's Microsoft Windows, graphical environment, disk 2... I mean, it very clearly is different from the one I've got. So I'm pretty sure this is version 1. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm like that. I'm pretty sure that also says 1985 to 1990, which is the exact year on here. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, the problem is, though, is that it looks like a lot of these are still with the box, and this does not have the box. This is just the floppies. So there is that as well that would kind of not make it quite as valuable. So, you know. I may have the 3.11 on 3.5 inch floppies, like a lot of diskettes. I think 3.11 was the first really big version of Windows. I think so, yeah. Okay, send me the pic of your first diskette. So this, the very... That's the first. Whoop. All right, that's it. I'm turning this off for now. Filters, turn that off. Get out of here. Stop making things worse. Yeah, so this is the first one. I don't know if that helps at all. You really can't see it, can you? I will send it to you. I will send it to you on Discord. That way you'll be able to see it better. So, anyway, yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So there is like other stuff that I do have that's like older, which is kind of fun, kind of neat. And it's all just kind of stuff that I'm just gonna like hold on to probably. But yeah, I can definitely send you a picture of it. Might have been a later printing. That is possible. First, maybe one of them is bootleg. Ooh, possible. Ads! Splash ads. Box is for those who haven't used them. The label. True. Yes, yeah. Definitely will be sending you the label. And that's true. That's true. It is kind of fun to have the box though. Yeah, I mean, I guess if everybody wanted to wait for like 2 minutes, all of the old stuff I have is like literally like right behind me, and I could run and grab some of the stuff just for kicks and giggles for the rest of the stream. Do you want to do that? I don't think I have the mental capacity to continue working on the mini boss. I think I'm going to try and get more of the stuff done off stream, and then, you know, on Thursday, hopefully be able to come around. Do it? All right. I'm gonna go grab a couple of the more cool things. So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna crank the jams just a little bit so you have a little bit more to listen to. Moving it. I'll be right back. All right, everybody. Sorry, that took a bit longer than I was expecting. Things were a little bit more buried than I remember. Be right back. All right. Okay, I don't know why this is the direction the stream is taking, but it is. This is the direction it's taking. I wasn't able to get everything because the box that had more of the stuff in it is very buried, but I was able to get some stuff. So I mean, like, a bunch of it is just like old manuals and things like that. So like, I've got this old like Atari 400/800. It's an invitation to programming 3 introductions to sound and graphics. That thing turned back on. Filters. Get out of here. There we go. So yeah, so good times there. Just a little user manual for the Atari. And you know, and again, like, this is all just like old, like, Atari related manuals and things like that. Oh. Kind of fun. A ripped out page of something. This is a hardcover manual for computer basics. I believe this is also for the Atari. And then this is just called software. So that's exciting stuff. So got stuff like that. I've got like an old copy of Dungeons and Dragons. So it's got a couple of the couple different games on there. Kind of fun. Just some good old Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see, more manuals. So we got for the Atari. We've got Missile Command for the Atari. We've got Centipede for the Atari. And we've got good old Pac-Man for the Atari. Yeah. Let's see. It's like before. I mean, I am a huge retro head. Well, there we go. This is the perfect ending to the stream then. Nice. Send me those first pages with ISBNS and whatnot. Absolutely. But yeah. So it is a gold box of games. Yeah. So it's got the Heroes of the Lance, Dragons of Flame, and Hillsfar. So it actually still has like everything in here. Like, literally everything is still here. It's like manual. It's got all of the packaging. It's got all of the 5 1/4 floppies. It also has, I mean, I've never been able to actually play the game, so I don't know what it would be used for, but it also even has this, whatever this is. I think it's for solving puzzles in the game, which is, you know, good times. So, anyway, so yeah, so that one's pretty fun. But I also have more than just, you know, manuals, because, like, obviously, you know, I've got, we've got like Super Breakout for the Atari. We've got Soccer for the Atari. Like, you know, so all sorts of fun manuals. But apparently, what the freak is this? Atari logo reference manual. This kind of stuff, I'm just like, it's so interesting to see this kind of stuff. Like, here's a whole chapter 3 on variables for the Atari. So that's good. But it's not all just manuals and stuff, because there are a lot of those. But I have also got computer program for the Atari. And computing language for the Atari. And oh my gosh. I was like, wait, what is this? Here's Donkey Kong by Nintendo. It's a computer game, according to the cartridge. There we go. I've got Donkey Kong on Atari. That's kind of fun. And all of that wasn't exciting enough. I also may or may not have the Atari itself. So that's exciting times. There we go. There's the Atari. I don't know if I'd be able to ever plug it into anything, but go. Got the Atari 800 XL. You guys ready to listen to this? I don't know if that's coming through at all, but yeah. Good times. Good times. And this is just what I could actually grab from the box. Again, the box is pretty buried, so there's a whole lot of other games, manuals, and things like that in there. So there is a lot. There is a lot that I have. But again, it just like sits in a box because I'm like, I can't really do anything with it. I have like a small collection that's not large enough to actually do things with. Like, I feel like if you have a large enough collection of like old tech, you can actually do stuff with it. Like if I had like an actual old like TV and stuff like that that I could actually plug this stuff into, I could actually make it work. But I do not. I don't have any of that stuff, so it all just sits, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad if you think about it. Anyway, and then the less exciting stuff. I mean, I have original Macintosh system discs. That's kind of fun. So it's the old Macintosh OS. That's good times. And then I still have this guy. This is a Tandy Color Computer 3. Got a whole 64 different color options. So, but again, it's like, you know, I've got the whole thing. It is literally still, like, it may not be new in box, but like it is still like literally everything. Original packaging, computer, and all that fun stuff. But I don't have anything to plug it into. Like I couldn't use it even if I wanted to. So you gotta spend money to make the old things work. And that is not something I currently have. So, you know. Anyway. Maybe one of these days. If I'm moving. Maybe one of these days I will spend the time and I'll spend the money and I'll get some old displays, some old power adapters, and I could actually get it all working. But for now, it's just stuff that I have. It's fun to have. Don't get me wrong. But every now and then I do wonder. I'm like, could this be better used by someone else somewhere else? Maybe. Let's see here. That's like before me. Nice. Send me those first pages. Absolutely. Let's see. Nope. That is a code wheel for copy protection. Copy protection. I remember having to do copy protection for, I think it was King's Quest, Space Quest 2? Something like that. It was one of like the earlier Space Quests. They're all pretty early. It was one of the Space Quest games. And it just, as a kid, I'm just like, I don't understand what it's asking me for. I think they also had that in King's Quest as well. I think it was like King's Quest 4. You got like a couple hours in, and it would like ask you like what the 5th word on like page 7 of the manual was, and it's just like, well, we didn't have the manual at the time, so I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, good times there. Cartridges for the win. That Donkey Kong cart might actually be worth something. I actually kind of want to know. Donkey Kong, Atari. I'm guessing it's got to be specifically for the RX 8031. Unfortunately. I mean, hey, $20 is $20. If I still had all of this, if I still had the box and the manual and everything, then it'd be worth something. But I think in its current state of just being the cartridge, I might have the manual somewhere. Honestly, like the manual's probably in there. But unfortunately not the whole box set. But still good to know. Still good to know. All right, let's talk. I mean, do you have something that has an antenna jack? That brown connector plugs into a TV antenna port. You can then tune it in. I might have something somewhere. Wow, OG Mac. Do you still have all the cords? I should have most, if not all, the cords for all of these things. I'm sure that I could probably even just like scour Amazon and find like different ways to like get it to actually work. But Putting your manuals in plastic films, like the sealed ones. That is actually a fantastic idea. I definitely need to do that. Yeah, it's that would actually really, like, honestly, like this guy right here, the freaking, like, the Pac-Man. I forgot I turned the thing back on. Like the Pac-Man manual. Like, when was this? 1982. Copyright 1982. Yeah, this thing is already so old, and I'm just like, I don't want it to degrade more. So yeah, I definitely want to put it inside of something. Yeah, I just like this is the kind of thing that I want to recreate when I make a manual for Tomb of Vercilias. Like, I think it'd be so cool to like take inspiration from all these really old manuals and just like try to make it look something like this. Just a simple, you know, like this is probably like what, 10 pages or something like that. It's like super thin, 8 pages, and that's it. So yeah, so super thin, not a whole lot going on, but like definitely want to keep it as nice as possible for as long as possible. Wow, G-Mac, do you have the cords? You can buy adapters these days. True, it's no biggie. Yeah, I probably, honestly, what I need to do is I need to go to a thrift store. I need to see if I can find just like an older TV just to make it easier. If not, then like just getting some adapters and things like that to be able to plug in, because I think it'd be a lot of fun to be able to actually get these things up and working. I think it'd be a blast. Man, unless you're doing something wrong, you cannot find an original copy of the Games Factory on eBay. The only one I can find is on a retro gamer cover disc. Hold on to it then. Hold on to it. That's memorabilia at this point. Copy protection is laughable there. I mean, that's true. That's a good point. Mostly the diskette defects outside out of the main track. Some cartridges from the 90s had a battery and CMOS. Nearing 50 years, absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Nice. Manuals for games is boss. Yeah, and that is why I really want to have one for Tomb of Vercilias. I think it would be an absolute blast to be able to like ship out a physical copy of the game with like a manual. So yeah. Recently I was looking into disc bringing. Apparently you can still get CDs printed with dual case, with jewel case, printed services and everything. That is actually insane. You can still get that. It's kind of cool though. Printing. I don't know why my brain could not autocorrect printing. Yeah, looking into disc printing, apparently, yeah. I like that. That is really cool. You can still get that. There you go. Your dad did put something cool in your head. So there we go. If nothing else, he has filled me with the desire to want to keep creating retro things and keep the fun alive in retro tech. So yeah, good times. Anyway, I think we're probably gonna end it there. I know it's kind of a weird end to the stream. Did not really anticipate, but it was fun. It's always fun to pull this kind of stuff out. And honestly, like I need to store this stuff better. It already wasn't stored very well in all of the decades that my dad had it. And now I need to make sure that now as I'm storing it, I need to be storing it better than just sitting in a box in the corner of a basement, or like of an unfinished basement too at that. So anyway, but I do appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. I hope everyone had an absolutely fantastic time. I know that I had a blast. It was so great hanging out, chatting with you all. So thank you all so much for all of that. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evenings or days, mornings, wherever you may be in this world. I will see you all on the Thursday stream. I forgot that it was Tuesday for a second. Want to raid out to Togglebit. Absolutely, we can do a raid for Togglebit. I do appreciate the suggestion. So I feel like a lot of times when I'm like, let's do a raid, and then I ask for suggestions and no one ever suggests anything. So thank you for the suggestion. You can absolutely go and raid Togglebit. So I like him. Awesome. Well, yeah, let's go do a raid. So anyway, yeah, so thank you all so much. I do appreciate it. Hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evenings or days or mornings, wherever it may be in this world. I will see you all on the Thursday stream. And yeah, until then, good luck, take care, and I will see you all then. Thank you and goodbye.